Although temperatures have reached the high 70s this afternoon, tonight's forecast calls for a whiteout. Hockey Night in Oswego Whiteout Edition starts now.
From bagels to SUNY titles,
the blood is going to be boiling.
a sea of white can only mean one thing.
The rivalry will be hotter than ever. It's time! Interception right in the upstream. Let's go into the rebound. John scores! It's going to be flagged!
Galati off the state, shot right in front, and Kenny Neal ties this game up!
Welcome to another chapter of this historic rivalry. Lakers, Cardinals, next on WTOP 10.
Hello and welcome inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as we are less than an hour away from puck drop for the second part of our 2022 Whiteout Hockey Night in Oswego coverage. Jacob Bradley, I'm here with my good friends Kyle Spizak and Garrett Shannon. Gentlemen, I mentioned it earlier. It was a nice day out today. I think we got a winter storm advisory on the horizon for tonight.
Yeah, we got some whiteout conditions. This is the biggest battle we have seen in Oswego since the War of 1812 on the shores of Lake Ontario. We are in for an absolute matchup tonight.
Yeah, Lake Effect Snow has arrived early. This is a date we've circled on this calendar ever since the schedule came back in August. But to have it finally here, man, I'm super excited. The wheelhouse is going to be packed.
That's right. The reason why we're here, the Plattsburgh Cardinals are coming into town to take on arch rival, the Oswego State Lakers. Gentlemen, we're going to talk a lot about the rivalry. Let's just preview some of the game that we've got coming ahead today.
Yeah, we definitely got a good game coming up. We have Oswego coming off of their big 5-2 win against Elmira last week. Daniel Colabuco, insane game. But we have Plattsburgh also coming off of a win. They went 5-2. They won 5-0.
Yeah, but Kyle said Plattsburgh is coming off a huge win. Both Lakers and Plattsburgh, they're 1-1 to start the season. So let's see if they can reverse that trend and perhaps go over 500.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But for more on the rivalry, our very own Thomas Turgeon has this to say.
Some have coined as the best rivalry in Division III hockey as the Oswego State Lakers face off against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals, a contest where winning against their rival is everything and has pushed people to the Oswego program to take part in such a great historic tradition.
No, so actually when I was trying to figure out where I was going to go, and that was everything I kind of saw was whiteout weekend, like all the WTOP stuff. So I think it's a big thing. Like everyone knows, like we don't like Plattsburgh, they don't like us. So it leads to a fun game.
The historic matchup, where the current record does not mean a single thing, and all that matters is winning against the Cardinals here on home ice tonight in front of the Laker faithful, where their white shirts and towels preparing for a hard-fought and gritty contest.
It'll be tough, right? Plattsburgh, obviously, one of the top teams, and it's a rivalry game, so yeah, I think you can go back in history and kind of see it doesn't matter if we were struggling or they were struggling. This game's always a very tough game.
The whiteout energy brings the hype to the veterans and also anticipates to fire up the newcomers this season to spark up a SUNY run this year, opening up against their North Country foe.
I hear it's sold out, so it should be explosive, it should be electric. All the boys are excited. It's a couple guys' first time playing in whiteout, so they don't know exactly what to expect, but they hear a lot. So, I mean, same as last year, everyone's pumped.
Oswego, a hockey program where they follow tradition and commitment to the program, as well as the fans that accompany them, is what makes the best rivalry combination in the sport of hockey.
All those little things, them throwing the tennis balls, our fans throwing the bagels, it's all part of the folklore and tradition, and that's what makes college rivalries great.
Currently standing above the student section, where just less than an hour away will be filled with a sea of white as the Oswego State Lakers face off against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals for the 134th time in history. From WTOP 10 Sports, I'm Thomas Turgeon.
Well, on top of the deep rivalry, it means so much for the community. Whiteout, more than just a game. It's an event that brings all of Oswego out here. They're currently waiting outside, and they've been doing so for the last couple hours, waiting to get in. But, gentlemen, that atmosphere's got to come into play today.
It definitely does. There is no way that this atmosphere doesn't. It is one of the most brutal, if not the most brutal, environment you can play in hockey, D3 or D1. It is insane how much the crowd can get in a player's head out there.
Lakers fans have been winning all week. They've been waiting a long time in the line, too. I'm sure they're going to explode as soon as they score that first goal. I'm sure the Lakers, they're going to feed off that energy because to be in here, it's almost like a playoff type atmosphere. But it's like the third game of the regular season. So they're getting an early taste of what it's like to be in a playoff type atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're baseball guys. This is the World Series.
That's right.
Here at Oswego is our whiteout game. But you've got us for the next hour. We've got a lot more coming up in store, a lot more elements. We got, there you see them all right there on screen. Make sure to mark down some alarms on the phone to catch all these stories because you're not going to want to miss a single thing that's ahead from us, Kyle.
No, we got a lot of coming up. Here we got the tennis balls and bagels live from the line. That line that we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
This line is the longest I have ever seen it. It is packed all the way through Marano Campus Center. It is insane.
All I'm going to say is that the wait is going to be worth it.
It is. It certainly is. We've got a lot more coming for you. As you can see right there, you're just going to have to stay tuned to watch more. But on the other side of the break, we're going to give you some stuff right away. We're going to send out to Luke Rosenthal where he's going to be out there with the line. We're also going to take a look at the matchup history between these two teams. And we're going to talk about the traditions that have led to this great rivalry. All this and more coming up on WTOP Tap.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Up to Dobson at the point. The cross-ice pass comes to Breeze, who's going to extend the lead to 3, but the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're not going down without a fight. Puck loose, out in front of net.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP. I'm your host, Miss Meg Trivia, and I'm Donna.
We start things off in the pool as 4 members of the Oswego women's swimming and diving team have earned all SUNY honors. Oh, finally, get that old music back. Welcome live inside the El Rogan studio for the newest episode of Sports. Welcome back inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. As it looks like the calm before the storm, the Plattsburgh Cardinals come to town for Whiteout 2022, Part 2. We welcome you back up to the perch. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chan, the Sports Talk boys. We're back and at it again. Gentlemen, before the break, we talked a little bit about the atmosphere and how that is going to influence the game and just everything that's going to go into tonight's game. From that crowd factor, we see a lot of green seats behind us. That's not going to last for long because of the line. Speaking of said line, we have a 4th person that is going to be on our side here today. His name is Luke Rosenthal. He's outside by the line currently. Luke Rosenthal, but what you got for me, Luke?
Go Lakers, and as you can see by the thousands of fans behind me, the student section is going to be packing the Deb. It's going to be electric. Now let's actually interview some of the students here. I'm here with Brad. Now Brad, how are you feeling about tonight's game? It's going to be an electric environment.
Absolutely. I'm super pumped for this rivalry game, and I'm really happy. I'm here. I got here early. I got my towel. I'm here with my friends. I'm going to have a good night.
It's going to be a great night. You're ready. You got the shirt. You got the towel. You got everything. Now, are you going to be in the student section tonight?
Yes, sir.
And what chance are you thinking? What chance are you thinking that they're going to be saying? Anything appropriate?
I don't know. I don't know, probably not, but we'll see.
We'll see. But it's going to be electric regardless. Is this your first whiteout game?
Yes, it is. I started fall of 2020. Okay. There was one last fall, but I didn't go.
Yeah, last year it was right before students came back from the semester. So this is your real first time being here.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm excited to be here, and I'm really glad I'm here.
That's a great story, guys. So we're going to throw it back to Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, and Garrett Chan on the perch. I'm Luke Rosenthal here with Brad, and it's going to be an electric environment here. Back to you, Bradley.
Thanks, Luke. We talk about the atmosphere and just how influential that is to the game. Over the last 6 whiteouts in that here in Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena, Lakers 5-1. They have absolutely dominated the matchup history, especially in the last 5 years. But overall, it's been quite Laker heavy.
That's right. I mean, here we see in the overall, Plattsburgh does have the up on Oswego. But, like we said, Oswego has won the last 5 whiteouts in a row. So the last 5 games against Platte here in the Deb, Oswego has won the tie here. They did tie last year 2-2 in November.
Yeah.
But Oswego's been rolling.
Yeah, Kyle talked about it. The record, it doesn't tell the whole story. Lakers have been very successful the past few years. In fact, I looked at some of the games, the past 6-7 matchups. In those victories, the Lakers had a sizable margin in a lot of them. So when they're winning these games, it's in convincing fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, 7-2-1 in the last 10 against Plattsburgh. Really, the Lakers have almost turned the tide in a historical matchup that's really been Plattsburgh all the way. The Lakers have come back, especially in the last 5, 6, 7 years, and really just turned the tide on a Plattsburgh team and progressed through that rivalry, really taking control of it overall. I mentioned a little bit about the record that they've had at home as of late and just how impactful that home atmosphere is for the Lakers. Gotta ask you guys, is this a trend that we're gonna continue to see, or is this the day that Plattsburgh finally cracks in?
You know, I have to say, I don't think that you can beat this kind of environment. It's like the Penn State whiteout. I mean, Penn State blows it every year, but Oswego is different here. This is the most electric crowd in college hockey. You will never, ever, ever find another environment like this, especially in D3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Kyle. The atmosphere, all the yelling and screaming, it's gonna play a huge role. It's going to provide a boost for the Lakers. They're going to feed off of that as soon as they step on the ice. I'm sure that players on the bench, they can't wait to get out there. I'm sure they're going to have that early offensive momentum because the Lakers, they've been doing a great job as of late. I just don't see how they can stop. The Lakers train is rolling right along.
Yeah, we saw it in last year's whiteout. Lakers took the victory in dominating fashion, like that graphic said there. 5-1 in the last 6 whiteouts here in the Deb. But the traditions. We got to talk about the traditions. We talked about the atmosphere. We've talked about the matchup history. We got to talk about the traditions and how deeply rooted this rivalry truly is. I mean, where do we want to start, the bagels or the tennis balls, Kyle?
I mean, you know, I think we got to start off with the bagels. I mean, throwing the bagels on the ice, a historic tradition here at Oswego, which has ended because the last time that this was put in place, because the last time that we did have the bagel toss here, it ended up in a delay of game penalty, which ended up costing Oswego the win there. But, I mean, it's still an amazing tradition, even though we don't do it anymore here. History stands.
Yeah, you see all the debris being dumped on the ice. It's going to take some time for the people to clean up the ice because you got to get some action going right away, but it's going to take some time. The fans are into it. That's what you love to see. But you got the delay of game that could put a crimp in the celebration.
Right, and we're not the only ones that know how to throw things on the ice. Of course, Plattsburgh throwing the tennis balls out on the ice at us. Kind of a little bit of retaliation. Coach Moffitt played. He doubled as a player. Now he's a coach. Mm-hmm. He's experienced it from both sides, on the ice and in the suit. Here's Steve Moffitt on some of those traditions, how they've been able to turn a negative into a positive.
Not the tennis balls per se, but we had red stress ball night last year, and hopefully we continue with that this year. As again, it was a good. We were able to raise some money and donate that to the Plattsburgh State Food Bank and help Plattsburgh State students. So I think that's really important to be able to give back and maybe create a new tradition since we're not really able to do tennis ball.
There you have it from Coach Moffitt. It's going to be interesting to see how those types of traditions play a factor into this game, but you're going to want to stick around because coming up in 2 minutes, we're going to have the last time out for the Lakers. We're also going to take a look at the numbers game, and we're going to take a trip around the SUNY. All this and more coming up on Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10.
guys. It's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
As the white shirts begin to fill up the student section, we count down the minutes until puck drop here for Whiteout Part 2 2022. We welcome you back up to the perch. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chan. We are here and we are ready for some action. But before we talk about the future, we got to talk a little bit about the past, a little bit about the last time these two teams skated on the ice. Both won in dominating fashion. We'll start things out with the Lakers. The Lakers against Elmira absolutely dominated. Garrett, you want to take this one away for me, bud?
Yeah, Lakers came out of this one 5-2. They were relentless on the offense, and how relentless, you might ask? They dominated in the shot category, 64-35 over the soaring Eagles, and they doubled their shots on goal, 34-17. The Oswego did a great job of establishing offensive dominance, and it continued throughout all three periods, and Elmira was playing behind the entire game.
Oswego was really just on a roll all game here. Danny Calabufo, in his second game as a Laker, puts up 2 goals for Oswego, helping them push that 5-2 win. And look at, if we just look at that, 37-24, that face-off differential is insane. The power play has not been exactly the most effective for the Lakers so far this year, but they've been doing pretty decent on it, and they were able to get the 5-2 win, so that's a positive right there.
Absolutely, and the shots I want to take a look at right there, doubling. The Lakers are over the Elmira College Eagles. An absolutely dominating performance, but the Lakers weren't the only SUNYAC team here in upstate New York, right along the shores of Lake Ontario, to dominate. The Plattsburgh Cardinals absolutely took it to the Spartans this past weekend as well. 5-0, Garrett, another dominating fashion for the Cardinals.
Yeah, much like the Lakers, Plattsburgh dominated offense early and often. Their goalie did a fantastic job as well. They were able to neutralize that Castleton offense, and it just seems like every time Castleton tried to mount something, Plattsburgh was there to respond and take it to the other end of the ice.
That's what Castleton just really wasn't able to get anything going against Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh had a nice bounce back after tying 2-2 against Plymouth State before, but here we see they came out strong, putting up 35 shots, and they pumped Castleton 5 goose in that game.
If I may add, that glaring number in the power play department, Plattsburgh 1 for 2, that's going to get the job done.
Yep.
But Castleton 0 for 5, that is a glaring number. And when you have that extra man advantage, you really want to score. But Plattsburgh, it's a testament to how good their defense is and how they can reverse that into an offensive momentum as well.
The penalty kill has certainly been on point, especially in that last game for the Cardinals. We're still in the infancy, though, in this year, so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly where teams are going to land. But let's take a look at the stat comparison for what we've seen from both of these two teams so far in the year. Pretty even as far as the goals per game go, but other than that, the Lakers, they're taking more shots.
That's what the Lakers are taking, or they're actually taking less shots per game.
Sorry.
Plattsburgh has almost 10. They have 8 more shots per game than the Lakers do. But if you also see an interesting stat there, goals against per game, Oswego does have a higher goals against.
That was what I was looking at.
They're looking at the goals against. Yeah, Plattsburgh's had a good start to the year when it comes on the goals against category, only giving up 2 on the year.
Yeah, the goals against per game, it's a significant margin there. In terms of offense, we see they're averaging 3.5 both sides. So we can expect that some of that tonight. But also the penalty minutes. Plattsburgh has 28, Lakers have 22. It's always important neutralizing that one-man advantage and being able to stop any momentum, because this could play a big role here tonight.
It 100% is, but you're going to want to stick around because we're going to have a lot more coming to you. With the SUNYAC standings, we're also going to take another trip around the SUNYAC, and we're going to get mic'd up with Ryan Bunka. All this coming up and more after the break.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving. I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Welcome back inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. Boy, is it starting to get loud in here. It's hard to even hear myself think. But we're going to welcome you back up to the prep for the second half of this pregame show. Jacob Brown, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chan. Moments away. I say moments, about 30 minutes away. Either way, we are set to kick things right back off. Not only is tonight whiteout, it's a big game because it's SUNYAC opener. Both these teams starting off SUNYAC play as we take a look at last year's SUNYAC standings. The Lakers tied with Geneseo with those 37 points. Plattsburgh right behind.
That's what they did end up tying Geneseo with 37 points, but it's notable to remember, Geneseo did play one less game last year than Oswego. They had a cancellation with Buffalo State due to COVID, and Oswego did drop some crucial games, taking a loss to Fredonia and tying this Plattsburgh team in November last year.
Yeah, Kyle, you said it. Oswego had key games down the stretch and they didn't take advantage. And then you see, I want to talk about Plattsburgh because they were in third place, but they trailed by 5 points. You see Geneseo and Oswego, they're up in the top. They are the class of the SUNYAC, but Plattsburgh's not far behind.
Well, right, I mean, you can see right there from those standings, about 5 teams right in there. 6 teams over 20 points, especially with the new scoring system this year. Wins count 2 this year around. It's a deep league. For more on how deep this SUNYAC is this year, let's hear from Ed Gosa.
We want to start the SUNYAC season off right, and getting points in every game is critical. There's a lot of good teams. The depth of our league has gotten better. I know everybody says it year in and year out, but
6 different teams in action here today around the SUNYAC, including the 2 that are skating around behind me. Big trip around the SUNYAC today in the opener for majority of teams around the league.
Yeah, this is the first night of SUNYAC play. We got some big games coming in as we look right here. Potsdam and Cortland. Puck drop at 7. Same here. keep a close eye on this game because who's coming into the barn tomorrow?
The Bears.
That's right, the Bears.
The Bears.
You also got the other game, Buffalo State and Fredonia. Buffalo State, of course, toward the latter, those two teams toward the bottom part of the SUNY. But it's going to be compelling to see. There's a big game here, but you got to keep your eyes on the results of these two as well.
Yeah, you have to keep your eyes up the road or down the road in Cortland for that game against Potsdam. But with it being the first matchup here in SUNY play, it's going to be interesting to see which teams get off on the right foot and the importance of how this game could influence the rest of the year. Kyle, I'll ask you as a former hockey player yourself, explain to me how important it is to take the first win and start off the year 1-0 in the SUNY.
Of course, especially when it's a conference play, it is super important to get that first win because you want to feel like you're on top of the league right off the jump. If you start at the bottom of the league, then you have that feeling of you have to build back and fight back to the top.
Well, there you have it right there. When we come back, we're going to throw it to a quick break, but we're going to be right back for you. We're going to get mic'd up with Ryan Bunker. We're also going to talk to the Plattsburgh captain, Matt Arujo, and we're going to meet some of the new guys. All this and more coming up on WTOP 10.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
As you see there, players skating around the ice, counting down the seconds, chomping at the bit for puck drop here for Whiteout 2022, Part 2, between the Plattsburgh State Cardinals and the Oswego State Lakers. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chan, back at you again for a fresh 30 minutes. And gentlemen, let's get straight into it. We had the pleasure and the honor of being able to do something really, really cool. We had our very own Jill Plant. She was able to mic up Ryan Bunker, Oswego State captain, during his practice. Let's hear what the captain had to say during practice.
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is it working? Blink 3.
Can they hear you right now?
I don't know. Blink 5 times in the stands if it's working.
Doesn't seem like you know.
Nope. Gatorade's brutal today.
Yeah.
Holy. I'm gonna get about 45. Your breath stinks today. I'm gonna get about 45 breaths. Your breath stinks today.
Your breath reeks, Ryan.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Would you brush your teeth with no pickle juice this morning?
I brushed my teeth with that Gatorade. It's gross.
You didn't brush your teeth this morning?
No, I did. Yeah. Here we go, fellas. Someone just asked me if I have a camera on my face as well.
Yeah. We'll pretend you
Yeah.
Regrouping D, go back for it. 2 forwards in
Oh yeah. Just snapping the puck today. Just gonna be heavy breathing the whole day. Oh yeah, Sam, oh yeah. Where are you going? Heads up. You look good in red.
Yeah.
I think I like it. Good luck, Quinter. Just a bomb. Huh? No, all the boys. Oh, good dump. You got any?
I'll put the goalies on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dumping it. So you guys
Okay.
can bounce it.
We're letting them know.
Yeah, get your window down. It's good.
Talk about a warm-up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys, all together, nice and loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, Ryan Bunko wasn't the only captain on the ice today that we got to meet with. Our very own Thomas Surgeon sat down with Cardinals captain Matt Arujo to discuss whiteout as a whole.
Welcome back inside the WTOP 10 Al Roker studio. Thomas Turgeon here with the Plattsburgh State captain Matt Arujo. Matt, a graduate student defenseman coming into his final year. Matt, take us through what it's like going into your final matchup here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena against Oswego.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, this game's a big one to play in every year, and we look forward to it. It's always circled on our calendar, so it's great to kick the year off with the game against Oswego. It should be a competitive one, and I expect nothing less.
Just walk us through how it was like when you were a freshman going into Plattsburgh and what they've told you then compared to what you have learned from now being in one of the veteran roles here at this program.
I mean, when you get here as a freshman, you're told that it's the biggest college hockey rivalry in D3. And, when you step on the ice that first time in Oswego, you kind of really don't know what to expect until you see it. But it's definitely tough when you're younger, trying to get used to playing in that environment. But as you get older, you kind of get used to it, and you like the competitiveness out of, the fans. And out of Oswego, obviously, and those games just get more and more fun to play in. And hopefully it's a good one this year.
And then we talk about going against Oswego. Not only is it a big matchup for morale, but it is a big matchup for the SUNYAC opening weekend of SUNYAC play. Can you just talk us through really the emotions going into this weekend, SUNYAC play as well as whiteout combined into just one big matchup?
It's an exciting one against Oswego to get our feet wet a little bit and see what Plattsburgh's made of, because we're going to get the best competition out of them. Usually we get a couple weekends to get our feet wet against other teams in the league before we have to come into that loud arena. But it's going to be exciting for us to and challenging obviously for us to come into that rink and play, especially with our new guys not seeing it for the first time.
This year you bring in 7 new freshmen and a couple transfers as well. Just talk about the chemistry so far in the locker room between the players.
Yeah, they've been great guys, a lot of good guys that came into this program, including the guys that are returning. And our core group has done a great job, influencing them and starting to lead them in the right direction. And, the locker room's starting to become really tight, which is a great thing coming into that arena to play Oswego.
Just talk about the atmosphere and how chaotic it is when these two teams collide.
You step out on that rink and it's never, a nice game out there. It's never not chippy. We're always hitting hard and, dumping pucks in deep and, forechecking pretty quickly and hard. So, it's always a great thing, to play these games, to teach guys, that competitive edge and, to see that hatred, not, so much hatred, but, that competitiveness, towards the other team. And, you want to win. Everybody wants to win. So, that translates on the ice when we're out there against each other.
Awesome. Matt, once again, thank you. And we'll see you on Friday. Best of luck this year.
Thank you, guys. See you guys Friday.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, special teams and much more coming up in 2 minutes.
Athletics. Aaron, there were 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We've been marinating chicken in all sorts of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that you need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Welcome back inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as we're less than 30 minutes away from Puck Drop for Whiteout 2022, Part 2. We welcome you back up to the purse. Jacob Bradley, my good friends, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Shannon. Gentlemen, let's get straight back into it. We want to talk improvements. We haven't seen much from the Lakers so far this year, but one of the things we can say that they need to improve on, got to be that penalty kill.
Yeah, their penalty kill has been abysmal so far this year. If we just look up here at the stat, they are only killing 50% of their penalties, which is a big problem because they are taking 12, on average, 12 penalty minutes per game. They're spending 10 minutes, half a period in the box every game, and they are only killing 50 of them.
Yeah, I was going to say those 10 minutes per game in penalties. That's averages to about like 5 minor penalties or so per game. That's a lot, especially against a team like Plattsburgh, which we saw in their last game where they actually scored a couple of their goals on the power play. So being at a one-man disadvantage, they got to clean that up a little bit.
And they absolutely need to improve on that penalty kill number. 50%, especially in a league this deep as SUNY, is not going to cut it. A lot of new guys, though, on this team that are going to skate out there on the ice for the first time in their whiteout careers. We were able to sit down with a few of them. Let's take a look.
I've been to a few whiteout games growing up, but coming in, Plattsburgh is a big rivalry for us. We've always had a good matchup against them in the past, from what I've heard. So it's a really exciting opportunity, and it's our first league game, so we gotta start off on the right foot.
From what I've heard, it's been a tremendous rivalry. You know, there's not a whole lot of rivalries, but everyone's been saying it's going to be a good game. Every game we play against Plattsburgh is great, and especially because it's whiteout weekend. So it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, we've been told they're a really skilled, fast team. They're going to give us a really tough game, and obviously it's the whiteout, so we know there's going to be a lot of energy in the building. Really easy one to get up for and get excited for, so it should be a lot of fun.
You know, having buddies who played here and knowing Coach Whitelaw really well, I've always heard and known about the rivalry quite a bit. Been to a few whiteout games myself, as a fan and as just a hockey fanatic, and so I'm really looking forward to being part of it.
Well, Mr. Spizak, I'm going to pose this question to you, man. As a former hockey player yourself, run me through those rivalries. Sometimes you join a new team, but you still can sense that hatred for another team is there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're joining a brand new team. If you can be your first game in that rivalry, as soon as you step in that locker room and you join that team's culture, you become a part of that family. You hate anybody else that your family hates. You do not get along with your rivals at all whatsoever. If you're involved in that culture, you have that, you despise them and you want to destroy them.
Yeah, I don't know much about that locker room feeling, but I can imagine it might be weird for the first time go around, but you start to get in the groove, you start to understand some of the intricacies.
Everybody's got a reason, don't they, Garrett? Much like Coach Steve Moffitt, assistant head coach John Whitelaw was both an alumni and a player, a player and a coach here for Oswego State. For more on the duality of wearing the sweater versus wearing the suit, here's John Whitelaw.
Coach, because you love it, right? It's like I said, it's why you came here, to be a part of that kind of atmosphere, that kind of game. It's one of those ones where you wish you could strap on the skates and go be a part of it, but obviously we're still a part of it in a different role, and it's is trying to make sure that our guys can manage their emotions and still stick with our game plan. And
well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take a much-needed break and get my words out of my mouth, because coming up after the break, we're going to give you a ringside update with Luke Rosenthal. We're going to send it over to the boys in the booth, and we're going to take a look at tonight's goalie matchup. All some more coming up after the break.
Only on WTOP.
DiCarlo on the rebound! Alex DiCarlo! Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP 10 out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break? You know?
I heard that one.
Drink the week.
Oh my God.
Roll it.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think
can't.
you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
We are as close as we'll get to puck drop here for Whiteout 2022 Edition 2. With a couple more commercial breaks sprinkled in there, but it doesn't matter. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chandler here. We have a fourth guy. His name is Luke Rosenthal. He's still with us. He's currently down at ringside. Luke Rosenthal, what do you got for me?
Thanks, guys. I'm in the student section here with thousands of fans packing the Deb, as always, for the Whiteout. And guys, this is the real first Whiteout experience that we've had, or environment and atmosphere we've had in quite some time. Last year, the Whiteout game was a week before students came to classes. So really, this is the first time since 2019, since I've really been here, that I get to experience this full thing. I think the crowd is going to be going crazy for tonight's game. You're going to hear a lot of chants. And guys, it's going to be hard for me to sideline report tonight because they're just going to be so dang loud. I'm going to throw it back up to the perch now with Jared Wakefield and Pat Machado on the call.
Thank you very much, Luke. Hey, everybody, how are you? This is the Steve Levy Press Box. I'm Jared Wakefield. Tonight, I'm joined by Pat Machado, so some long hair in the booth tonight. Pat, we talk about the importance of this game all year long. Obviously, it's Whiteout. It's one of the most storied rivalries in D3 hockey and college hockey, but tonight, so important because you're opening your SUNY season, your conference play tonight with arguably your biggest regular season game of the year.
Thank you, Jared. It's an honor to be here, and you just said it. It's the pinnacle of the regular season, but it also happens to be game number one. Year after year, you're worried about your teams going on a Whiteout hangover after the game, but if you're 2-3 games into the season and you're still taking Alka-Seltzer to stand up and keep going game after game, you're going to play yourself into a position where you're dependent on your conference over the pairwise. Tonight is crucial for both sides.
Absolutely. Plattsburgh opened their team against two non-ranked teams. This is their first ranked matchup. Oswego faced two ranked teams. This is their first non-ranked matchup and their first conference of the year. But let's look what's going on inside the blue crease tonight. Your netminders for tonight. Bit of a surprise for Oswego. They go with Cal Shell. He will make his debut tonight after a sensational season last year with the Flin Flon Bombers in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. He's on your right. And on your left, Kyle Aliberti will start for Plattsburgh with the student section sat right behind him. An interesting choice for both teams on goaltenders tonight.
Gosick, trust Gosick trusting the freshman in tonight's matchup, and you could see it in the save percentage exactly why. A .923 save percentage in Cal Shell's junior career. Gosick wants a 9.3 or a 9.4 to be competitive with your teams like Geneseo and your Adrians. So tonight is a huge test for what many have pinned to be the future of goaltending here on Lake Ontario.
It's going to be interesting to see. You know, we had Richie Perrant in the home opener last week. Richie, a very active goalie. He's going to get out of his crease. He'll play the puck. Cal Shell, he'll stay a little more at home. He's a butterfly goalie. He'll drop down onto those pads, make those big saves, get those legs out. Bigger guy, 6'4", you know, and obviously that helped contribute to his numbers. Good playoff run as well. Last year with Flin Flon, 7 shutouts. Crazy numbers.
And got to look towards Plattsburgh just a second before we move on. That record might be a little bit deceiving. This Plattsburgh team is still working out the kinks in that head coach change when Steve Moffitt took over the program, and it'll be interesting to see if this is the year that they can finally best the Lakers.
Well, let's take a look, speaking of that, at tonight's bench, as you have former players turning into coaches on both benches tonight. The skippers looking to take their ships to a big win here in the Deb. Steve Moffitt on your left, 58 and 65. This is his 4th year as coach. Ed Gosick entering year 20, so a big year for Ed Gosick. Oswego hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in a while, and it would be great for Gosick to get there on year 20, but it all starts tonight.
It's Mr. Miyagi versus the Karate Kid here tonight. The new kid on the block versus the experienced man. Ed Gosick, 360 wins in his time here in Oswego. Steve Moffitt still looking for his team to find an identity, not just for overall, but in this rivalry as well. Still searching for his first win in the whiteout game. And beginning of the season, you can't get a cleaner slate than now. Now is the time for this team to step up and show what they're made of, and it's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Absolutely. Well, we had an opportunity to actually sit down with both coaches this past week. We'll hear from Oswego State's own Ed Gosick first, and then we'll hear from Plattsburgh State's Steve Moffitt on how they feel about their playing time and coming into this game.
In general, with Platty and us, for this game, you know, just starting off the right way, playing the right way. They'll bring their A game, that's for sure. And it'll be a good test for us early on for league play.
Well played games, and I think that brings some of it too. And then, you know, Coach Gosick's just such a classy guy, quality coach, and just a great human being. And whenever you can play against his teams, you know you're going to be in for a battle.
So interesting to see what the coaches had to say there. We sat down with another member of this Oswego State program, a longtime member, Bill Foley, longtime media member. We sat down with him this past week.
Hey guys, it's Jared Wakefield here from the top of the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena Convocation Hall. Just a few steps away from the Oswego State Hockey Hall of Fame. One of the big names behind the scenes that could be on that wall in the future is Bill Foley. Bill Foley, longtime sports writer, has covered this team in many different ways. We got a chance to sit down with him and talk about the long history of hockey at Oswego State. Bill, describe to me what Romney Fieldhouse was to the Oswego State men's hockey program.
Romney was our house. It was our house. There was no other rink like it anywhere in the Northeast. Chain link fence around the top of the boards, all the way around, just like you were watching a baseball game. The penalty box was cut out just below the student section with a railing along the bar and the students hanging over the penalty box. The noise level was just unbelievable. It was an old airport hangar that came up from the Romulus depot that the military wanted to give away. And so it ended up here in Oswego, and don't know if it was meant to be a hockey rink, but it became a hockey rink, and it became the rink. No team wanted to play here. One of the greatest things I ever saw at Oswego in the old barn was Pete Sears at one end of the ice and Ken Dryden at the other end of the ice. Cornell freshman came up, and that's when Dryden was a freshman at Cornell. And that was just, it was just a classic. It was the Ferguson, I know if you know name Ferguson, but the Ferguson boys were playing in that out of Cornell, end up in the NHL.
Also, when you were doing your radio play-by-play work for Oswego State, you called some games with Ed Gosick.
Ed was a forward and didn't play all the time. Really knew the game well. And he taught me a lot. I mean, I can still watch the game today, remembering some things he taught me. You know, as a play-by-play guy, it's a whole different level than having a good analyst next alongside you. Eddie was a great analyst of the game. He understood the game. He could see the game. Give the little niceties like, everybody says, that's great, it's icing, it's icing. He always said to me, you ice enough, team keeps icing against you, you're going to score against them eventually. It's just one of those things to do. Our biggest game together was the first NCAA game. That was the first year Oswego ever qualified for the NCAA tournament. It was so much fun to work with a guy like him.
Well, I wasn't very good at it. Bill was a huge part of our program, traveled with the team on the bus. Every away and home game was on the radio, not like now with the nice TV and so forth. Bill's a great local sports guy. He was editor of the Palladium Times and the Messenger, and just a good guy for sports in Oswego County and the college.
I really feel for all the years being the sports writing, the announcing, doing the public address system, it's been great to be part of that program, and I really miss it, and wish we could go back, but time for a new group to do it, I guess.
And how about this for a story? Bill Foley will be in the box as the PA announcer tomorrow against Potsdam. We're going to go to break. When we come back to the perch for the 3 Ps. It's almost time to go here in the Deb.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Donna.
And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s.
Let's go, girls.
Uggs and low-rise jeans.
Together.
One of the boys. Boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy, shebangy, shebangy.
Welcome to the burial ground. We hold must-see also in all of sports entertainment.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show, where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw who get up.
I get that.
He's a winner, and I did bring you sweater for everyone.
There you go! I know your dreams. You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued.
Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
As you might know, the Lakers have taken the ice. My goodness, this is loud, but we welcome you back up to the perch for the final block of our pregame show. Jacob Bradley-Kowski, Zach Garrett, Shannon, guys. To quote Andre 3000, you know what to do. Take it away, Kyle. Players to watch.
Players to watch. So starting off for Plattsburgh, player to watch, I have Paul Breyer. Breyer has been an absolute terror for this Plattsburgh team. Last season, in 12 games and 15 games played, 12 points, 4 goals, the rest are assists, almost a point per game, and he only took 1 penalty in those 15 games played. He is going to be a menace.
Kyle, that's a great player to watch for the Plattsburgh side. My player to watch, number 15, Bennett Stockdale, the junior forward. Has scored his first goal of the 2022-23 campaign. It was 1 of 5 Plattsburgh's total goals in their victory over Castleton last game. Look, that stat line last year was amazing. And in whiteout last year, he scored Plattsburgh's 2 only goals. Now it's time for my Oswego player to watch as my fellow corporate finance classmate, number 26, Connor Sleeth. He was responsible for Oswego's 2nd goal in whiteout last year. So far this season, 1 goal, 2 assists with a +-1. But in terms of last season, he was just as good. 6 goals, 16 assists, with a +/- a +10.
Well, G-Chan, I'm going to have to stick with the movement you did because I'm also doing somebody in my class. That's right, freshman Danny Calabufo. and he has been electric so far this season. 2 goals last game against Elmira, I mentioned earlier in this cast. Now he has 2 points on the year. Both of them were those goals that last game, but it's not always the stat sheet that shows you. He was absolutely electric throughout all game. He was all over the ice, just knowing where to go. Playing, the thing about hockey is you have to be where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is at that point in time. And his just hockey IQ is off the charts with that.
And he's a local man as well, from right down the road, Camillus, New York.
He's got a West Jenny man here.
And you two always got to get your own personal anecdote.
Oh yeah, we always do. Every time.
Never fails. It's like we're doing it on a Tuesday anyways. Let's get straight into picks. Kyle, I know you got a little bit of elaborate stuff for us.
All right. So, I think it's the year that the tide changes. I lied. That is not happening here today. Throw on the bucket. We're making it 6 in a row. Let's go, Oswego. 4-2, baby. Woo!
I say it's a much closer game, 3-2. And if I may be so bold, that final goal for Oswego, that 3rd goal in the 3rd period with the closing 5 minutes, is going to get this whiteout crowd rocking.
And I'm going to one-up the both of you, and I'm going to take 5-2 Oswego. Just for it. Last year was a pretty high-scoring game. The Lakers are facing a goalie that hasn't really done a good job this year. I'm expecting the Lakers to take that 5-2 victory. Well, you know what, guys? I think that's going to do it for us, isn't it?
I mean, it's going to be an electric game here today, and I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Like you said, I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair for the Lakers. You got a goal up on me. Garrett's got a goal down on me. I'm trying to bang home that middle point right there.
But before we throw it to break, Garrett, I want to get your final thoughts about being in that locker room. You hear the energy around us. What's going through all their heads right now?
I'm sure for the Lakers, they're riled up. They're ready to go. As soon as they get on the ice, the adrenaline's going to be pumping. But for Plattsburgh, this is a ruckus atmosphere. This is probably something they've never experienced for, especially the younger players. But they're going to have to step on the ice, take the crowd a little bit out of it, and make sure they execute their game plan.
Shiver me timbers.
As much as I'd love to sit here and talk with you guys, we got to throw it to a break. Because guess what, guys? It's time. Coming up on the other side of the break, we're going to send over the Dapper Yappers, Jared Wakefield, and Pat Machado for Puck Drop. Make sure to stay tuned on the other side of the break.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
And that's optional.
Any team you're on, I think you always have that one team where you know it's a big rivalry.
I think you can go back in history and kind of see it doesn't matter if we were struggling or they were struggling.
You know, because it's what makes it special, quite frankly, for both teams.
It's the biggest rivalry in Division III hockey.
Oswego State, Plattsburgh State, inside the wheelhouse. Isaac took a shot, rebound right in front. Pass to Burgundy, scored! Travis Broman.
They'll pick it up in the slot, shot, see if rebound, scores! Tyler Corey extends the lead to 3.
Everyone gets up, and this is the main game of the year that everyone looks forward to.
Everyone knows, like, we don't like Plattsburgh, they don't like us, so it leads to a fun game.
Just got to come out and play our game, and hopefully we'll come out on top.
Novik searching, finds the cycling Gillespie, rips it past there, right out for Broman, takes a shot, and he scores! Travis Broman, a weird angle, but the Lakers take the 2-0 lead.
That's KL, fires the shot, blockered away, rebound, scores! Smart, fires the shot, top shelf where Grandma hides that good stuff!
Everybody, and welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Hall and Convocation Center here in Oswego, New York for Whiteout. Your Oswego State Lakers taking on the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Right now, the hometown hero puck drop honoring Bill Hammond, longtime rink employee. Pat, he's been with the rink staff for 25 years. He gets a big cheer from the Oswego crowd. This is his final game tonight.
So still plenty of time for fist bumps from the fans as they clean the ice during the intermission. That's where I know him from. And an illustrious career for Bill Hammond, 24 years in the rink capacity, and we wish him well in his retirement. And with a lake house, I don't think he needs wishes.
Yeah, Bill says he's going to spend time at his lake house, and what better way to end your Oswego State career working at this rink than with Whiteout, you know, the biggest weekend of the year. The barn is absolutely packed. The student section is full to the rafters, there's towels, there's a whole lot of different things going on. Both sides of the arena packed, wall to wall. Everybody taken to the benches. Starting lineup for Oswego will be the top line. It'll be Tommy Cahill on the left wing, Daniel Calabufo in center, and Trent Grimshaw on the right wing. A senior, a sophomore transfer, and a junior. Defensive pair starting is first-year Drake Semrad from Middleton, Wisconsin, and Quinn Wormuth from Homestead Falls, Ohio. And as we mentioned earlier, Cal Shell in the net for the Lakers. Moving over to the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. They are starting their second line. Brendan Young, Luke Jerusik, and Mitchell Hale. So we are ready to go, skating in. Time for the puck drop, and Whiteout is underway. Plattsburgh will control the draw. Matt Aruzo and Ryan Hogg on the defense. In the goal, it is Kyle Aliberti. Oswego corrals. Semrad looking for Grimshaw. Across to Wormuth. Wormuth will dump it down off the stick of Calabufo. Calabufo pulls up. Loses the puck, goes off his skate and into the neutral zone. Hale coming back to pressure Semrad, who sends it in the neutral zone, and Plattsburgh turns it. Cahill gets back into the defensive zone. Everybody's still seeming like they're trying to find their edges here, Pat.
30 seconds in, a lot of build up to this one. You kind of have that little bit of a letdown in the opening minute as both teams settle in, and the occasion is among us.
Stockdale with an opportunity. It's going to be a one-on-one. Wormuth getting back in. Stockdale pushed wide, and Semrad sticks that one away from the net. A good play by Semrad to clog up the slot. Now back on to go get it is Rocco. Rocco, a fresh body on. Wormuth sends it forward to Semrad. Semrad chip pass into the neutral zone. Coming down, it's Rocco. Rocco coming into the student section. Fans get a cheer as Oswego enters for the first time. Bunka shoots through traffic, blocked. In for a very big clear was number 25, Paul Breyer. So Breyer aggressive on the forecheck here early, and Oswego trying to get back in. Matt McQuaid now out. In with it is Sleeth. Sleeth might have a chance, but it trickles to the corner. Sleeth turns it around for Bunka at the point. Bunka shoots low, chest save. Breyer kicks it out again. Bunka with the puck again, shoots again low, and it trickles wide. So a lot of shots early here for Oswego after Plattsburgh got an early strike. Sleeth turns it around, now Breyer again for Plattsburgh. Fans getting a little rowdy as everybody gets sent into the boards. Dickinson will go back on it as that one will be sent down. Icing waved off. Through the neutral zone. That one on the stick of McQuaid. A 2-on-0, then a 2-on-2. Back check there from Kevin Weaver. Vitale able to break that play up for Plattsburgh. Now Plattsburgh coming out. It's a 2-on-2. On the left wing, it's Trey Thomas. Right wing, it was a couple players going down. Going down to the ice was Lanny, number 37, for the Cardinals, and Ben Addison. Shane Bull and Ben Addison now out as the D pair. Thomas through the neutral zone. Wheeling gets on the horse, sends it wide. He dumps it, no change for either team. Jackson Arcan out. Arcan gets stood up and sent down. We play on. Alex DiCarlo skating in his first game of the season. Chips it into the neutral zone. Arcan pressuring. Weaver Vitale looking to set it up, and Flack lays the body.
And And that's a big back for Oswego, getting Alex DiCarlo, the junior from Niagara Falls, Ontario, back. One of the hot sticks for the Lakers last year. You know he wants to get back on the score sheet.
DiCarlo sent that one over for Shane Bowl, who sends that one up, and now it's back on DiCarlo's stick off sides. So, yeah, absolutely, Pat. I mean, DiCarlo, you know, one of the few guys that's seen multiple whiteouts here. You know, a lot of this team's seeing their second whiteout, but he's seen whiteout before the pandemic. And, you know, last year's whiteout pretty good. This year, this place is way more packed than last year. Still a good turnout last year, but whiteout feels so much bigger this year.
Post-pandemic here in the Deb.
Trechowicz shoots right into the glove of Cal Shell, and Cal Shell with his first stop of the day.
And that's a really good save as a goaltender to get. It's a relatively easy shot taken at the top of the slot, no traffic in front, sails right into the glove, shows it to the shooter and says, hello, how you doing, as we take a look at the replay. Again, just the feed in the middle. I think he would have wanted to take an extra skate or two into the slot, getting into the house to take that shot. And don't want to let Shell settle in.
Scrum in the corners now. Coming out with it is Trechowicz. He loses that one off a stick, and here comes Garrett Clegg. Clegg skating in, goes backhand, loses it, tries to dish to the slot. Backhand attempt. Fudger gets in the crease and unable to bury that puck home. Plattsburgh comes out with it. It's Sutherland. Riley Sutherland skating up. He'll dump it, and Plattsburgh will change. Oswego keeps their unit on. They'll regroup and fire away. Semrad waiting. And he'll go D-to-D with Wormuth. Wormuth clips that one ahead to Cahill. Taps it, and he will dump it in. That'll allow Oswego to grab a change. So a little line change here. A little trip to Costco, and both teams fresh bodies on. Here comes Jerusik with a breakout chance. Calabufo in to break it up, and Young now trying to break out, but Cahill there. Good forecheck from Oswego to break that up. That almost looked like a 3-on-1.
Some sloppy play in the neutral zone here early. Plattsburgh wants Oswego to take it to them.
Calabufo coming up the side. It's Dickinson. Dickinson shoots from the top of the circle, blocked by Jerusik. Went off his skate. Maudry chips that one out to the top of the point for Bunka. Back to Dickinson, 76-74. Shot low off the pad. Stick save by Alverdi. Bunka dumps it in behind the net, off the back of the net. Young skates in, takes it out for the Cardinals. Cardinals now looking to start the rush. Broken up by Grimshaw, who dumps. Oswego's on sides, back into the zone. Alverdi backhands it to the corner. Maudry all alone. Over to his D-pair, Jack Ring. Ring clears it. Troy Robillard on. Passed over to Bunka, so the captain dishes it ahead to Rocco.
Nice pass to get out of trouble there from Bunka. He was hemmed in by a couple Plattsburgh players, able to make a play and get a battle on.
First battle in the corner in front of the student section gets some chirps going. Coming down with it is Breyer, and Breyer has to dump it after getting double-checked by Addison and Rocco with the stick. Plattsburgh looking to try and set up a missed pass. That one goes onto the stick of Rocco. Stockdale's going to shoot over the net. Backhanded by Addison over to Robillard, and Robillard looking to start wheeling for the Lakers. Sleeth tips it off his stick, and Plattsburgh will send it right back down, and the Lakers turn it around. Robillard and Addison both go for it. McQuaid goes to clean up the rest in the corner. McQuaid for Addison, looking for Robillard. Instead goes Rocco. It's Rocco and Sleeth up front. Sleeth unable to get that Rocco pass, and now the Lakers back their own way. A lot of sloppy play. Neither team really has had what I would call a grade A chance yet, Pat.
Absolutely not. Oswego State with the majority of the offensive chances thus far, almost exclusively shooting low on Alverdi. They're noticing he's giving up rebounds off his pads.
Here's McQuaid into the zone all by himself. That was a 1-on-2. Here's a 1-on-2 and offsides. Lanny just a little bit offside, and Lanny will be regretting that one. A good opportunity there, a 1-on-2, but Lanny had a little bit of space.
Yeah, Lanny had some space there at the blue line, takes an extra step as we take a look at this replay here. Shell in goal, and the shot just sails over. I think you want to step into the shot so you can get all the momentum going forward towards the goal. I think he might have leaned a little too forward and sailed that over.
Aruzo with a shot off the face-off, and that one flies way wide of the net and off the pads of Semrad. So Semrad corrals behind the net, and he'll take it up. Semrad, the freshman. Chip pass across, looking for Flack. A little bit too hot. Hogg will chip it back. Tied up with a few players. Trying to take it in for Plattsburgh is Thomas. D-to-D again for Oswego, and they'll try to reset. Everybody still trying to find the edge. Flack tips it off sides. Alex DiCarlo beat that play by about 2 country miles, so the Lakers will have to regroup, come out of the zone, but they'll get a face-off in their own half.
And Trey Thomas for the Cardinals is someone that we're really going to have to watch this game. Talked to Anthony Del Tufo before the game this weekend. He said that Trey Thomas and Paul Breyer are I guess you could say they're his unofficial players to watch, but some dangerous players, according to the former goaltender who just played here a year ago for Plattsburgh.
2 first years out for Plattsburgh right now. Third line working. Riley Sutherland and Joshua Belgrave on the wings. They have an upperclassman senior, Adam Tredowitz in the center. Big hit laid in the corner, and that gets the Lakers going. Everybody on the horse trying to beat out the icing. In with a big play, trying to stand up. Dickinson down there was Riley Sutherland, that freshman. So that freshman, Riley Sutherland, getting on the skates really quick, flying down the ice, and they scrum in the corner.
That was a big hit, but when you take the body like that instead of the puck, you ended up having it 200 feet your own end.
Here comes Tricky Dicky, Alex DiCarlo. He sends that one across, chipping it in as Flack. That pass cleared out. Plattsburgh trying to get on it, but it's 1-on-3 for the Cardinals as they try to enter. Oswego, too many bodies. You know, something we've noticed this year early, Pat, a lot of forechecking for the Lakers. Those forwards, they get back. Plattsburgh looking strong as well. Plattsburgh starting to play the physical game. A hit in the back by Madry in his own zone. Now Madry with it. Sends it ahead, door open. Puck almost trickled in. Shot off the stick of Schell. Bounces off the glass, dribbling puck. Up to take it is Clegg, and Clegg skates in with speed. Clegg on the far side, unable to get a shot off as he's pushed wide.
Oswego was making a change. He didn't have any players with him.
Warmer shot from the top of the circle, going down, trying to tip it was Clegg. Shot tipped off of Plattsburgh, sick and high off the glass. Clegg into the side of the net. Taking that one, he's got Fudger down with him. Fudger now down to Grimshaw, shoots, and it's blocked.
Gutsy block from Mitchell Hale.
Warmoth sends it back to Semrad, and boy, Pat, a shot blocking clinic right there. Plattsburgh playing really good defense right there, a 5-man defensive unit there.
And as a captain, that's one way to gain the respect of your compatriots, laying out and blocking shots just like everybody else, and they're out again.
Stockdale coming in far side. He scored twice in last year's whiteout. Coming in with it is Dickinson now. Dickinson waiting for a setup. He's got Stockdale on the forecheck. Stockdale pressures. Dickinson will go behind. Over to Bunka. Whole lot of ice, whole lot of time. Looking to take the time away was Gallagher. Top pair out now for the Cardinals. Top pair out for the Lakers. Rocco is able to intercept that one. He'll skate in, gets onside. Comes wide, trying to beat it wide, unable to do so. Centering pass out front, onto the stick of Calabufo to Dickinson. Diving block in there by Stockdale, who loses his twig, and that one's cleared out, and here comes Breyer. Breyer, he's got Gallagher looking backdoor, stick check by Dickinson, able to block that shot and send it to the boards.
Great block by Dickinson, but those shot blocks when they're directed towards the goal certainly raise the blood pressure of the Lakers in this arena.
Pretty even right now between the Cardinals and the Lakers. Pass by Plattsburgh coming around, Bilkin backdoor. Where's the puck? Coming up with it is Bunka. Seemed like no one knew who had the puck except for Ryan Bunka, so the captain skates it in leisurely.
He needs a change.
And everybody getting a change for the Lakers. Wholesale change. 5 off, 5 on. Second line out. McQuaid in on the forecheck. 2-on-2 now. Robillard skating back. He's able to take the body, and Schell able to send that one to the boards. Going into the boards was Lanny. Now here's Sleeve. Sleeve up for Addison. The D-man pinching in. He's got Arcand far side. Addison, he shoots wide of the net into the Stewart shop sign, and Addison with a good chance from the faceoff dot.
No forechecker crash to the net. That chance would have been more dangerous if Arcand was able to.
Addison skates in with it, and Lanny returns the body. Robillard turns it off the boards past to McQuaid. McQuaid loses it. Plattsburgh trying to get a stick on it. Sleep lays the body on Thomas. And now Robillard and Addison go to pick up the pieces. So Robillard and Shane Bull splitting defensive time on the pair with Addison. Let's go Lakers chant getting underway. And here's McQuaid and Arcand into the zone. 3-on-3, now 3-on-4. Plattsburgh doing a really good job of getting back, but it's also cost both teams offensively, Pat. Both teams are really getting back, not allowing anything, but playing that shutdown defense. It's been tough to score, but here's Warmoth from the top of the slot. He shoots low off the pads of Aliverdi.
There's another rebound from Aliverdi. Keep shooting low. Good things will happen if you're Oswego.
That one's dumped down on the horses, Sutherland. Warmoth dodges the check. Sutherland goes down as he bangs off the boards. Centering pass coming out. Shot coming in from Madry. Madry chips it again onto the stick of Warmoth. It's behind him. Loose puck right in front of Schell in the slot, and that one goes out to the boards. Another board scrum as Arcand's checked in. Semrad sends it up for Flack. Flack across for Warmoth. Both the D-men pinching in. Warmoth and Semrad go to the bench. On is Gato, Dickinson, and Bunka. DiCarlo shoots off the pads of Aliverdi. It's low still by that face-off dot, but Plattsburgh will regroup. Chip pass up from Weaver Vitale.
That might be a penalty. I think it's going to be.
That is going to be a penalty. That is going to be, it looks like a hold.
I think it might be closing the hand on the puck. It might be coming up against Oswego.
It is a closing the hand on the puck.
The linesman called that. I think it's going against Tyler Flack as he skates towards the bench.
Let's take a look at it here, Pat.
As we take a look at the Oswego offensive chance. Hard shot just in the top of the chest of Alverdi. And I don't think we're going to get a penalty, rather. After further discussion, no penalty. That's the closest chance for Oswego just thus far.
There was a lot going on there. There was that flat closing the hand, and there was also a check as a player was trying to get off. So a player got sent into the bench, was wondering if they were going to call either an interference or a rough there.
I
but
think
they did
Flack
not.
got away with one there.
Might have. 3-on-2 chance now, but again, the Cardinals get back on the forecheck and shutting down Oswego. Both teams struggling offensively. Oswego now leading in shots 5-3. But neither team having the offensive prowess that both teams are known for. Big hit laid. Bolina, the extra skater for Plattsburgh, coming on, catches a check up high. Clegg skates up with it. Chip pass up for Gato. Gato drops that one back. No one there, but Clegg skates over for Bunka. Bunka sends it on, and the Lakers get a change. The Lakers and the Cardinals, both a little bus legs, a little bit slow off. But the top line for both teams has looked pretty good, and now it's top pairs out for both.
Patience, the name of the game in the opening 12.
Out for Plattsburgh, it appears to be the top line. It's Breyer, Gallagher, and Stockdale. Second pair defensively. And out for Oswego, it's the top pair and the third deep pair. Shane Bull out as well. Chipping that one up is Gallagher. Gallagher looking for Breyer and Stockdale, but it's turned. Cahill trying to chip that one in. Calabufo will get a quick change as Plattsburgh goes D to D. That pass for Stockdale chipped away. Addison gets it in the neutral zone, sends it up.
Breyer tried to just tip that pass on to keep the play moving forward. Unfortunately, it rolled back.
Sleeth looking to try a Claude Giroux there as he gets a stick on that one. Sleeth trying to send a bouncing puck in. Claude Giroux scored against the Vegas Golden Knights on a bouncing puck on a dump, so interesting to see that. Good bounce, but good read by Alverdi to chip it away. Shell behind the net. He'll play it a little bit of space. Skating in on it was Bonfield, another freshman for that Plattsburgh team.
Another CCHL. A lot of CCHL players in Oswego and Plattsburgh.
Bonfield played 16 games for Carleton Place, who Oswego saw earlier this year. He also played for Brockville in the Ontario Junior Hockey League. 44 points in 39 games played. Michelle covers that one up in the Oswego end.
And this is going to be a game of who blinks first. No team wants to commit their offense forward either way. Always want to have their extra man on defense. When you have those chances of chaos, I think if we're going to get a goal in this first period, it's going to come off of that secondary opportunity. So Oswego State generating most of those chances thus far.
Bunka takes it behind the net. Oswego wins the faceoff, and that one off a Plattsburgh glove out of play.
And why not? It's the first game of the season. These teams have only been playing for give or take a month and only for about a couple weeks for regular season play. And you win the SUNY, you get an automatic bid into the Division III National Tournament. Pairwise aside, no one wants to have to worry about a bunch of math at the end of the season to know their postseason fate.
If you want to know how the Plattsburgh Cardinals are doing defensively, 7 block shots already at 6:37 here in the first period. Jared Wakefield, Pat Machado. Here are the Whiteout weekend at WTOP 10. Plattsburgh State versus Oswego State. And here's Plattsburgh with a chance coming up with his Lanny. Oh, that one off the stick of Lanny, and Lanny with some speed would have had a chance. Something I'm noticing here early, Pat, this Plattsburgh team a lot faster than last year's team. Shell covers that one up in some play along the post. Let's head down to the sidelines with our man down in his honey hole. Luke Rosenthal's down in the corner. And Luke, what do you got?
Thanks, guys. One of the big questions in this game was going to be Kyle Shell in goal. He's making his first start of the season, the freshman, after Richie Perrant impressed in the last game. Well, Kyle Shell, he impressed in preseason, and he's impressing tonight with a few saves and just the physicality in this game. We saw Thomas Rocco get rocked on the ice there. We might be in for a stalemate defensively in this one. Back up to you, Jared.
Thank you very much, Luke. Here's a chance for Plattsburgh. Dumping back for Sutherland. Oh, Sutherland misses the pass across to Belgrave, and that was a great A opportunity there for Plattsburgh, but they were unable to find the tape. Here's a chance for Oswego. Clegg looking for Robillard in front of the net, but that pass skittered wide. Robillard gets it into the zone, and now trying to come out with it is the Cardinals.
That's a really big miss for Plattsburgh.
Both teams skating with a little bit more zest now, a little more pep in the step. Tommy Cahill, the electric company, looking to get something started, trying to wire up one for the Lakers. Calabufo and Grimshaw out with him. Plattsburgh coming back, it's Young. Drop pass back for Jerusik. Jerusik with Hale on the far side. He shoots off the pad of Shell. That's an air puck rebound, and it's unable to be corralled. Plattsburgh will get it off the skate, and now Semrad sends it back up for Grimshaw. Grimshaw enters with Cahill and Calabufo. Grimshaw wide, boxed out. Good play there by Aruzo, the captain. Just getting that stick out and just kind of walking Grimshaw like a puppy into the zone. Shot Warmoth off the chesty of Aliverdi. Warmoth taps that one down. Semrad corrals. Semrad lets it go back to Warmoth, and Warmoth wires that one up to Cahill and Rocco. They tap that one in. Stick battle as Rocco takes it. Rocco pulls, weaves, and dives. Bunka sets up, sends a pass low right in front of the crease, and nobody there to clean it up as Dickinson dumps back down. McQuaid trying to get a stick on it out in front of that. Here's Gato for McQuaid off the post. Off the side of the post, McQuaid trying to get an odd angle goal. Sleeth in on it. Here's McQuaid. McQuaid backhand in the pad, score! Freshman Matt McQuaid backhands it through the 5-hole. The Lakers raise the towels, and it's 1-0 off the stick of the freshman.
And that's his first goal as an Oswego State Laker, and what a better time to do it as we take a look at the replay. Forecheck battle won by Oswego State. Some chaos created out in front, and what a backhand to just stuff that in between the wickets of Aliverdi. And after Plattsburgh attacked Oswego multiple times with multiple odd man rushes, it's Oswego State that jumps out to the opening lead. And what a job by the freshman Matt McQuaid making his presence felt.
Ryan Bunka keeps that one in. Sleeth trying to keep that one in as there's a scrum now. Plattsburgh out with it. Plattsburgh had numbers, but that missed pass will trickle behind Cal Shell. Shell plays it with the stick into the corner. A good play by Shell there. Plattsburgh with a chance coming out into the crease. That one off the chesty of Shell, off the logo and out. Good
This
play there by
one's
Shell
opening
in the
up, Jared.
defense to clean it up. Fans let him here at McQuaid there. Just a great play there. Way to grind in the corner. Plattsburgh defense did all they could. Aliverdi just not quick enough on the 5-holes. Here's Alex DiCarlo. DiCarlo looking for a same play. Out to Arcan, and Arcan whiffs on it. Plattsburgh will chip to clear off the glove of Bull. Back on it is Arcan and Addison. One apple for the McQuaid goal. It goes to Connor Sleeth. And Pat, this is a guy we talked about a lot last year on that line with DiCarlo and former Laker Travis Broman. Connor Sleeth proving he can do it without top goal scorer Broman and DiCarlo.
Picking up his third helper on the year is Sleeth, and you talk about that veteran leadership. This is a determined group that thinks they can go far, and it starts from the top down, and Connor Sleeth so far through 3 games rising to the occasion.
Tyler Flack goes down, shot through traffic, blocked. That was Laney. Wayner Vitale shoots, and that one blocked by Arcan and cleaned up by Clegg. 2-on-2 chances, the Lakers change. Clegg takes it in himself, throws on the backhand. Player transfer from Robert Morris University from Alberta, looking to do it all himself. He had one unassisted in the preseason, but that time wouldn't work out. Now Oswego reset Shane Bull. The defenseman moves it forward. Former forward chumps that one forward. Chips it in, and Aliverdi will come out to play it and cover it. Gives everybody a little rest in the action. Shots 8-6 right now in favor of Oswego, now 9-6.
And not to get too bridge jumpy here early in the game, but if you're Plattsburgh, you gotta rue that chance that you had on the 3-on-1 on Shell, trying to force that pass down to the back door. It was a mile off the mark when you had an F3 right in the middle of the house between the circles. You gotta take that shot.
Daniel Calabufo out now to take the face-off, his first face-off, second face-off of the night. He lost his first one. Calabufo went 10 for 6 in face-offs against Elmira and put up 2 goals. Shot from the point coming from Grimshaw right out the face-off as he cleans that one up right into the logo of Aliverdi's jersey.
And you can tell Oswego's got that spring in their step now, and Plattsburgh trying to force their chances in the offensive zone. It's a 1-0 game, so this can definitely be corrected by the Cardinals, but you got to keep doing what you're doing. Nothing changed.
Cahill rounds around the circle, shoots low. Good blocking play there by Hogg. Everybody battling for a little bit. Ryan Hogg. This Plattsburgh defense doing some good plays, and there goes Hogg back down with line mate Arujo, the captain. Pair of graduate students. Bunko lays the body as they come down into the corner. Shell with a big poke check to clear that one out. And now Arujo going back to pick up the pieces.
Nice awareness there by Shell.
Tredowich comes in and picks that one up, and that'll be offsides on Plattsburgh as it cleared out.
So battle out of the corner, trying to clear it out, but clears it out inadvertently in front of net. I believe was the captain and Ryan Bunka, either that or Dickinson. I think it was Bunka that put it out in front, and Cal Shell tipping it into some open space and finishing it off with the flying poke check. Oswego State, unforced error from the Lakers.
Cal Shell takes that big shot off right in the chest. Shot, chance in the slot. That one goes behind Shell and off the back of the boards. Scrum behind, and that Shell tested twice there in a big way. Dickinson backhands that one up, looking for McQuaid. McQuaid will dump, and Thomas Rocco on the forecheck. That one evades Rocco's stick. Bunka stands Young up. Hale loses an edge, and now Dickinson comes out with it. It's Dickinson, Sleeth, and McQuaid. Dickinson will dump for Sleeth. Now Oswego looking to set up. Big hit laid by Connor Sleeth on Jacob Maudry. 1 minute to go in the first period. No penalties so far, Pat, and the physical game has been there. A lot of hits laid, but so far all clean.
That was the biggest one by far. You can just hear it reverberate throughout this arena. No standard set for what's dirty and what's not. It will be interesting to see where that develops in the second.
Lakers almost get too many men on the ice as Sleeth almost gets hit in the shoulder with the puck as he comes off the ice. Oswego now trying for a chance. It's to Carlo and Arcan. If that one got to Arcan, he would have had a lot of room to make a play, but Arcan takes number 23 down. Brandon Butler into the corner. Stockdale goes down off the skate of Flack. No penalty. Addison battles in the corner. 17 seconds remaining. Wide open Breyer at the top of the face-off circle. Weaver, Vitale, and Butler hanging back. 10 seconds to go.
Oswego having all their men in this battle.
Three Plattsburgh players with a chance to get a shot. Arcan trying to take someone, and the buzzer runs out.
Well done by this forecheck of Oswego.
Oswego able to keep it pinned on the boards with 3 Plattsburgh forwards looking to get a shot off, but they don't. 10-7 in shots, and more importantly, 1-0 Lakers at the end of the first 20.
And that just goes to show the grit and physicality of this Oswego Lakers team that you don't see outside, that you don't see when you're talking about hits. Bleeding out the clock in the last couple seconds, Oswego State needed to win that board battle as they had committed all of their men forward towards keeping that on the board for the final 15 seconds. Plattsburgh frustrated they can't do anything with that chance, and Oswego State came to play.
One thing to note here about the Plattsburgh Cardinals, they've had a lot of chances because they've had a lot of face-off wins. They are 7-6 right now over Oswego State, and we've noticed that, a little bit of a bigger team here in Plattsburgh, they're able to corral it.
The problem in the beginning of the period was both teams were being way too patient with their opportunities, but at the end of the period, Oswego broke through, and Plattsburgh tried to force it a little. Their patience was okay, but those final passes were just too quick and led to those chances fizzling out.
We're going to head down to Luke Rosenthal, who's down in the tunnel. He's got captain, Ryan Bunka.
Thanks, guys. I'm with the captain of the team, the leader of the team, Ryan Bunka here. Now, Ryan, if you could just tell me what playing in a whiteout environment and playing this Plattsburgh team means to you.
Oh, unbelievable. This Atmo is the best we've had in years, since before COVID. The lineup, the crowd, amazing tonight.
Now, you had a big win last week. What was the mindset of the team coming into tonight's game?
I just play our game, play Laker hockey, play hard, and, give it all our energy. We want to clear everything out of the zone, everything hard on pucks, and, give it our best here.
All right, you guys are up 1-0 through the first 20 minutes. What's going to be the key to victory here through the next 2 periods?
Keep things simple, keep shooting the puck, get the puck deep, and grind this team out.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to throw it back up to Jared Wakefield up on the perch.
Thank you very much, Luke. Nice words there from the captain, Ryan Bunka. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's back over to the perch with Jacob, Garrett, and Kyle, a Sports Talk perch. We'll send it right back to them when we come back from the break.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I love you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back. After that brief stoppage right now, one period in, Lakers up one against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. It's whiteout, but we're going to welcome you back to the start of the Intermission Report. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, Garrett Chan. We're back, guys. I'll tell you what, man. What an atmosphere. After that first goal, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, really, it sends shivers up your spine when that first goal is hit and that crowd just goes ballistic right after.
I called it earlier in the pregame. It was going to be exciting to see how this crowd reacted. This period went by pretty quickly, though.
Yeah,
it certainly did. Yeah, but it was just so cool to see from up here. All the towels waving. I mean, you know, I feel like we're just kind of beating a dead horse at this point, but getting everybody back in one location, especially after the last 2 years with COVID and getting everybody back, it just feels so good to have everybody back in here today. It's a really cool experience for the three of us. I hope everybody at home is feeling that same energy that we're feeling. Let's get straight into it. After one period, 1-0 Oswego is on top. Period summary. Oswego buried one in, but other than that, pretty slow period.
Yeah, really, it wasn't a very action-packed period in the sense where there wasn't a lot of stoppages of play. There wasn't a lot of shots on goal from either team. And it was very back and forth, a lot of dump and chase hockey.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a lot of dumping to their offensive zone. Skaters trying to catch up to the puck. Kyle always usually says it's about aggression possession. I don't think we saw a lot of that.
Yeah, we saw the aggression. I didn't see much possession, but besides that McQuaid goal right there, which was absolutely beautiful.
That's right.
Yeah, that Matt McQuaid goal buried, and then we were up here with a couple of the guys that said maybe he was kind of a dark horse coming into this game. Somebody maybe we didn't expect, one of the new faces showing in, pounding in that goal there. There you see the period summary on your screen. 8 shots for Oswego as opposed to 3. We haven't seen any penalties either so far, which I think is worth noting.
That's been the real big shock for me, considering both teams average at least 5 penalties a game so far in the beginning of this season. So for it to be as big of a game as it is, just like culture-wise and the intensity of the rivalry, for neither team to put up any penalties, that's very surprising.
Letting the refs play, right, Garrett?
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean game. We saw a lot of hits, the crowd getting into it. But it's just interesting to see that we talked about the Lakers. They struggle in the penalty kill. And of course, Plattsburgh wants to have that one-man advantage. They didn't really seem to take advantage of that, or they didn't even get the chance to let that happen.
Let's wind it back to that goal. As we talked about earlier, the Matt McQuaid goal. We're going to show you another look here. Just coming around back door right in through the 5-hole.
Yeah, that's just good hockey IQ right here. Just coming around, trying to get anything on net. He was able to get the goalie moving enough to slip it through the 5-hole, like you said there. Just a smart play to try to get something on net, because rebounds were an issue. They weren't able to get the second chance opportunities that first period.
I just want to get this in there. I saw Connor sleep right there trying to make the play happen. He dumped it over to McQuaid, and McQuaid just let it happen.
He had to plug his player to watch.
Of course he did, of course he did. But Matt McQuaid with the goal, the new, fresh face, not letting the atmosphere get it. He can handle heat in the kitchen, can't he, Garrett?
Oh, yeah. You always wonder about how these rookies are going to react, how are they going to step on the ice, whether the moment's going to get the best of them. And so far, we've seen a lot of the young guys, especially the veteran guys, doing what they do, executing their game plan. You got to hand it off to Plattsburgh as well, who's been able to contain this Lakers offense.
Well, with that opportunity that the Lakers had to put it in, they have unfortunately missed quite a few here early on. We haven't really seen them. We saw on the summary 8 shots on goal as opposed to 3. You'd hope maybe that lead would be a little bit bigger. Missing opportunities has been a little bit of an issue for the Lakers.
Yeah, just they're coming down and they have the opportunities. They just need to get pucks on net. They're trying to get too fancy with it. Look for that golden opportunity, and you're not going to find it. If you're going out looking for the golden opportunity, you're not going to find it. It comes to you naturally.
Does that have anything to do with the crowd, Garrett? Maybe a little bit of, adrenaline rush?
Yeah, they're probably forcing it a little bit. I think the adrenaline is starting to clouding their judgment a little bit. They're trying to make these passes that may not seem attainable, or they're just trying to create offensive plays that nothing really materializes. So it's going to be interesting to see how in the second period can they slow down a little bit, get in the moment, and actually put some good shots and passes connect.
That's what in the replay you can see. They have a guy crashing down the net. They have that trailer coming in high, but they're not putting the shots on net to give him the chance to bang home a second chance rebound goal, which that's something they need to do. They just need to get shots on net. The goaltending for Plattsburgh has been one of their lower points in the last 2 seasons, so if you put up enough shots on goal, one's bound to go in.
Well, we referenced earlier on in the game, if you can think all the way back to the pregame show when we talked about some of the other matchups going on in the SUNY, we're going to show you right now a little bit of an update on those. Cortland currently leading Potsdam. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, and that's a good what's the word I'm looking for? A foreshadow for tomorrow night's game against Potsdam. Cortland and Oswego back and forth, very closely skilled teams last year. Oswego ended up pushing a little bit further, and then Cortland ended up doing it. So if Potsdam's keeping up there with them, then we should be interesting to see what Potsdam brings to the table tomorrow.
Little Edgar Allan Poe there with the foreshadowing. I love it. Run me through this matchup here. Cortland's currently up 2-1. How important is that, especially looking into tomorrow, for Potsdam to take the win on the road?
Yeah, Potsdam, they want a good bus ride up here, and if you're going to go down to 2-1 in Cortland, especially if the score stays like that, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, and then you got to face this Lakers, who are coming off a big game and know they got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, well, I don't know if everybody was paying attention there, but we had some action going down there. There was some little kids playing hockey, the little Lakers down there playing some hockey. Our very own sideline guy, Luke Rosenthal, is down there just to kind of talk about how cool of an experience that must have been for those little kids, because a lot of those crowd was still cheering. Luke, go ahead, take it away, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I'm back here ringside, and we just got done with the real matchup that everybody came to see. It was the yellow versus blue team Little Leaguers. They were going at it. The yellow team ended up winning 2-0. Some hard, tough fought hockey over there by the youngins. Now, going back to the game, Matt McQuaid scored the first and lone goal of the first period. Matt McQuaid actually won Rookie of the Week in the SUNY after he scored 3 points through the first 2 games of the season. He's only a rookie. He's only a freshman. He's one of the new recruits that they brought into this team, but he is playing like a seasoned veteran through 3 games. I'm going to throw it back to you, Bradley, to finish up the first intermission.
Thanks, Luke. Killing it as always down there, my man. But guys, let me talk a little bit about some of those changes. Both teams, although the Lakers have the lead, might not be looking the strongest here early on. What are some of those changes? I'll start with you, Kyle. Run me through the Plattsburgh locker room. What are the changes they need to make?
If you're looking at Plattsburgh, really, you just got to get shots on net. 3 shots in the first period is abysmal. You are not going to get any chances to score if you only have 3 shots on net, especially with Shell playing as well as he is in net right now. He only has 3 shots on goal that he's had to save, but all 3 of them were pretty big saves.
Yeah, Garrett, real quick, Oswego, what do they got to change?
They had a lot of opportunities. The opposite of Plattsburgh, they just got to put more pucks in front toward the net.
Capitalizing on those opportunities is going to be key. Make sure to stick around because after the break, we're bringing you the second period here of this hopefully three-period action here for Whiteout. Make sure to stay tuned in 2 minutes. We're coming right back at you on WTOP Time.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Major Discussions is the new show that explores the stories of students right here on campus. I personally came here to SUNY Oswego for the broadcasting program because I love to hear people's stories and to do work just like this.
What's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena and Convocation Hall. Jared Wakefield and Pat Machado here to take you through Whiteout 2022 Part 2. Oswego State leads the Plattsburgh State Cardinals 1-0 off a Matt McQuaid goal assisted by Connor Sleethan as we watch the Cardinals and the Lakers take back to the benches and everybody skate on out, scratch up the fresh ice, get ready to go. Cal Shell and Kyle Alberti take their nets. And Pat, a little bit of a slow first period, but once we hit that 10-minute mark, started to be that fast-paced hockey game we expected. The second period, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting the game to open up more here in the second. It makes sense that of a game of such a high caliber as this one, that you're going to want to stick to your structures and stick to what you practiced for the last week. For Plattsburgh, that didn't really work with them towards the end of the period, so they're going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to shoot the puck and be smarter what they do with the puck when they have it. For Oswego State, they're looking really strong. They just got to keep rolling with what they're doing. The forecheck is lethal if they can get it to the boards.
Stepping in to take the face-off is Kyle Bufo. That one backwards for Plattsburgh. Hogg corrals it and sends it in the neutral zone for Semrad. So Oswego sets up 134th meeting between these two teams in the history of both programs. We're going to get a quick penalty here.
I think it's just going to be a violation, and it will stay inside the Oswego zone, so it will be an offensive zone draw for the Lakers. I think that's another
hand pass.
Another hand pass.
That was a hand pass there, so it'll come back into Plattsburgh. Send that one on Plattsburgh. But as I was saying, 134th meeting in the history of the programs. First time Whiteout has opened SUNYAC Place since 2007, 2008. Plattsburgh has not beat Oswego at home since 2018. Tommy Cahill and Luke Jarusik in to take the face-off. Scrumming around. Oswego will end up coming away with it after a minute. Cahill corrals that one, jumps it down. Warmoth gets on the heels, gets on the skates, it's on his toes. Sends that one ahead to Calabufo, and Calabufo chips that one down He'll skate around, skates wide. The Camillus, New York native. Looking to get a grasp on that one, unable to do so. And here comes Plattsburgh the other way with a rush, a 3-on-2. Now 3-on-3 as Grimshaw gets back to cover the back door. Shot wide of Shell, came into his crease a little bit. Maudry skates back with it. Plattsburgh trying to set up. Plattsburgh instead, he chips it ahead. Looking for a Plattsburgh forward, doesn't find anybody, and in the chaos finds Young. Young turns, wheels, looking for Jerusik, and gets stood up into the boards. Ryan Dickinson bowls him over, and that was a strike right there, Machado.
Taking the body, not the puck, and winning the puck is Dickinson. What a hit. Right in open ice, not even up against the boards. That's just pure strength from the junior and Dickinson.
Scrum now along the boards behind Aliverti. Everybody battling to come out with it, and coming up with it is Jerusik. Jerusik having a pretty good shift so far, as well as Carson Gallagher. Jerusik a sophomore, Gallagher a junior. Ring skates in with it, looking behind the net. A good stick check by Addison, sends that one wide. Everybody scrumming down there. Stockdale, top pair out now. Gallagher, Stockdale, Breyer. Breyer getting on. Ranging in on the far side. Shot coming from Sleeth. That one blocked away.
Well executed breakout by Oswego State. And how about Shane Bull moving over to defense this year, helping out on the offense as the F3.
Carlo gets a stick on that one and chips it down. Aliverti plays it, and there's a stick battle. Aliverti way out of the net. Arcan wheeling, trying to get it out front, but Aliverti able to get on those skates pretty quick and gets moving. Carlo backhands it, able to corral it as Laney. Oswego clears, and they'll have to clear it out. Everybody circling and cycling, and now Oswego re-enters.
Patrick Waugh remaining in his net this time.
Losing it, was Maudry. Shot from Flack off the post.
And a Patrick Waugh level save, point blank to the shooter. That shot couldn't have been any more perfect as Tyler Flack found himself with some grade A real estate in front of Aliverti. Let's take a look at the replay here momentarily. As you see, a little play out of the corner, and the feed to Tyler Flack. Taking a step out of the crease, aggressive save by Kyle Aliverti. And if there's a save that you ever need your goaltender to come up with, it's that one. How can you not feel good about that save as he bails his team out and keeps this at a 1-0 game?
Warmouth corrals that puck coming out of the zone. Takes it Aliverti, a transfer from D3 Castleton University. 420-4 there in 44 games played, 3.75 goals against and an 898 save percentage as Plattsburgh dumps it down. Plattsburgh trying to find some wheels. Instead, they find Tommy Cahill and a host of Lakers. Warmouth trying to set the Lakers ship a sail. Cahill able to corral that one, and Cahill dekes his way around for Calabufo. He shoots high, and Calabufo taking hard into the boards. He gets back up, everybody going back up, and Dickinson gets it to Cahill. Cahill chips it in. Calabufo rocked a little bit. He will come off the ice.
Looking for goal number 3 in his young Laker career.
Another big open ice hit there, Pat. Not a lot of hits along the boards and the scrums. It's been more just in cross traffic.
And that's the risk that you take if you're going to go to the net. Calabufo making a name for himself as a strong Laker forward, but sometimes the other man's going to get the better of you.
Brett Fludger comes in and lays a big hit on Weaver Vitale. Gets the first check and then proceeds to finish that check. Puck sent down now behind the net. Belgrave comes up, sends it right to Ryan Bunka. Bunka pass off the boards. Belgrave chips. Back to Bunka. Belgrave and Bunka playing catch the puck. Now it's Weaver Vitale sending that one out. Addison gets laid up hard in the boards, and Addison loses the puck. Here's a chance for Plattsburgh as they set up in the zone. Oswego able to go strong side there. It has Robillard coming out, and he's pinching in. Robillard stays on the forecheck and comes off as the Lakers get a new unit. He drops back. McQuaid and Sleeth on. That one trapped by Cal Shell. Robillard and Belgrave exchange a few words. Everybody will regroup for a face-off.
And that was a well-defended sequence there by Plattsburgh on the breakout opportunity from Oswego State. Realizing that the Lakers were in the midst of a change, the only 2 players out there were on the strong side, forces the puck carrier to make a dump in, and winning back possession are the Cardinals.
8 shots so far for the Plattsburgh Cardinals, 11 for Oswego. Semrad corrals that one from going into the slot. Plattsburgh just hasn't had really any good opportunities in the slot so far, Pat. A lot of their opportunities coming from weird odd angles, but right as I say that, here we go. It's Hogg skating in, looking for Young behind. 19 and 20 in on it, but again, Hogg gets pushed wide, and the Lakers funneling all traffic to the corners as the student section gets into it.
Great job by Sleeth to get back in defense after being beat by his man.
Refs watching closely as everybody battles for it. It's been a 10-15 seconds there on the boards, and Oswego comes out with it to the delight of the Laker faithful in white, and Thomas Rocco takes it in. Rocco looking to make a pass, takes it behind the net, doing it all himself. Backhand chip pass missed. Attempting to take that one out was Young. Goes behind the net. Addison pushing in on it, and Sleeth finishes the check. That one is passed up to Young, over to Hale. That one tripling off the stick of Jerusik, and Jerusik will dump it down, and he gets wapowed into the boards by Ben Addison.
Great shift by Ben Addison.
Robillard goes wide, look out. Gallagher, he was looking for a wapow. Now in with a 2-on-1. Coming across, that was McQuaid again. Looking for Jackson Arcan, and he knocks a twig loose. That was Jacob Maudry's stick again. Dickinson takes it behind the net. Gallagher on the forecheck, working that stick. Gallagher back checking, top pair and line out for Plattsburgh.
Linesman down.
Linesman down, he gets back up. Behind the net, Arcan takes it. Battling for it to Carlo. Sends it up top. Dickinson looking for it, shoots a pass across, intended for Flack in the slot. Now to Carlo. Gets it to Flack in the slot, shoots into the netting, and a fan almost gets a souvenir as it rides around and comes out to center ice.
What a nifty pass to get that into the slot. As we
take a look at this here, Pat.
At this last chance shot coming in, it was originally blocked, but Oswego State recovering off of the block, and the shot able to be handled by Aliverti, trapping that one with his glove on top of the shoulder. A little bit of an awkward save, but a good job by the Oswego State team, and their defense has been really active, pinching up in the play.
Buckle sends that one to Gato, and Fudger out front. Looked like a backdoor chance, with that one sticked high and off the glass. Aliverti, a .900 save percentage right now. 9 saves so far, 1 goal allowed. Drop pass back. Plattsburgh looking for a chance. Shell with a gorgeous glove, and Shell flashing the leather with a nice little save.
And Shell, what a save by him as we take a look at the replay. Plattsburgh entering the zone, just hitting the trailer, and what a glove save, flashing the leather. And you have to trap it if you're going to go for a save like that. As he had a man on the back door, he doesn't get an opportunity to make a play.
Good play there by the Cardinals to try and get some shots on goal. 9th shot on goal so far. 9th shot total, 4th shot on goal overall. Arcan steps in with it, trying to chip it back. Flack battles for it in the corner, gets it out to Warmoth. Warmoth looking for the youngster Semrad. Drake no Drizzy sends that one in and gets stood up. Now it's behind the Plattsburgh net. Big pow in the corner by Flack. Laying the boomstick is Jackson Arcan. And Arcan getting out the boomstick, making some noise. Bolina, the extra skater for the Cardinals, in to take it. He'll flip it to his fellow Berg, Weaver Vitale. Weaver Vitale gives that puck some wings. Stockdale across for Gallagher, and Plattsburgh on 2-on-2. Shot coming in, blocked off by Warmoth. The puck is in Warmoth's jersey. So Quinn Warmoth, the puck magnet, will have to fish that one out and hand it to the referee, and we'll get a face-off.
Funny deflection goes to Quinn Warmuth, and the difference between the two sides right now that I'm noticing, Oswego State is challenging the puck carrier, especially when it's in the offensive zone. They're not retreating into the neutral zone to try to set up a trap like Plattsburgh did in that first period, and I think it just goes to show by proxy the way that this game is going. Oswego State has the step, Plattsburgh is a little step slow, and they're forcing Oswego to take the play to them.
Battle off the face-off. Addison will corral the draw. Back to Addison after Robillard gets it a little jumbled up. Grimshaw sends it forward, no icing. Cahill coming down at supersonic speed, puts the captain Aruzo into the boards. Everybody battles. Now coming up with it was Bonfield, but that one sticked away. He backhands that one into the zone, but to open ice. Addison launches it forward, a little air puck. Tapped down by Grimshaw. Grimshaw into the neutral zone to get it. Calabufo coming after Bonfield. Bonfield skating back in. Bonfield off of Robillard, who boxes that one out. Good centering pass right to Grimshaw.
Oswego State could be out.
Cahill coming in with it, looking to wire one back at Grimshaw, looking to corral that one, unable to do so. Corral. Thomas back up for Dickinson. Dickinson to Cahill. Backhanded over to Sleeth. Here's a 2-on-1. Sleeth takes it himself. Duracco shoots, score! It's the St. Cloud State transfer's first goal. The senior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, puts it top shelf in the back of the net, and the Lakers lead 2-0.
And you couldn't draw that one up more pretty if you were Oswego State. Thomas Rocco, the senior, doubles the lead for Oswego. As we take a look at the replay, puck is stuck over by the Plattsburgh bench, and they're making a change. Bad change as Rocco on the spot, right in front of Aliverdi. No goaltender is making the stop, as Aliverdi had already committed to the far post. Perfect shot by Rocco, 2-0 Oswego.
Sleep did a really good job selling that he was going to take it by himself. He went for the shot, backhanded it, and then sent it across to Rocco, and Aliverdi was sold as he was unable to get across. And it is a first career Oswego goal for Thomas Rocco. He had 2 points with St. Cloud State in his time up in the upper Midwest. Rocco, again, from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, won the NAHL Robertson Cup Championship with the Aberdeen Wings back in his junior career. 56 games played, 42 points for Aberdeen.
And for Oswego State, just taking a look at the way they've been playing, games of hockey are won and lost on odd man rushes and in the corners. And thus far, Oswego State has been dominating in both categories. This could easily be a 3-0 or 4-0 game.
Flack and Tredowitz in to take the face off. DeCarlo with it. DeCarlo sends across for Wormuth. Wormuth shoots low off the pad of Aliverdi and free. In to take that one is Madry. He backhands it after getting harassed by Arcan. Now out with it is DeCarlo. DeCarlo with a stick on it in the slot, boxing out. Arcan looking across for Flack and nobody there. Wormuth takes it himself. Laying with a big hit was Riley Sutherland. So the freshman trying to throw the body back to forecheck is Belgrave, and Semrad will backhand it back across to DeCarlo.
Flack just got a piece on that puck, wasn't able to settle it down.
Arcan in the neutral zone. Can't find anywhere to go, so he'll back up. Robillard gets on. Robillard in to go after Butler. That one taken behind the net, it's Hale. Hale, Addison, now Robillard. Now it is Robillard and Jerusik. That shot high and off the glass. Young skating in with it. 3 Lakers take him to the boards. Robillard, Addison, and Arcan triple team him. Arcan gets put in the boards in return, and here's Flack on a breakout. Flack 1-on-2. Ryan Butler stomps Flack, and Flack is down, and we'll get a whistle. And it seems very likely here, Pat, that we are going to get a penalty.
Trainer coming out onto the ice. Have to hope that Flack is okay, and he is able to get off the ice under his own power. Let's take a look at the replay here. Just missing that shot, and Shell, I think, would have made the save on that opportunity, but Plattsburgh desperately looking to get a goal back.
Let's head down to Luke Rosenthal down on the sidelines. Luke, you've had a bird's eye view and pretty more crazy second period so far. Luke, take it away.
Thanks, guys. These two teams have been on the polar opposite in terms of their transition offense. Oswego just scored their second goal. It was Thomas Rocco's first of the season. Connor Sleeth on the assist for his second of the game. And what's going into that is the physicality of the game. Oswego's been playing great transition defense, being really physical, not really allowing many accurate shots on goal. And when they do let shots on goal, Cal Shell has been elite in between the pipes there. Just caught a one-handed save just a few minutes ago, looking like Odell Beckham Jr. in the goal there. I'll throw it back up to you guys.
Young gets taken down open ice. No penalty there, so we're still even strength. The refs talked about it, no call. So the faceoff came back down into the neutral zone. Goes off the back of the net. Jacob Madry gets lit up. And Pat, the physicality, just like Luke said, really starting to pick up now after a few players exit the ice.
Some sour minds on some of the Oswego State Lakers bench after that hit to Flack. We talked a lot about the pregame, about how when you're a part of a hockey team, you're a part of a family, and you hate people that take it to your family members.
Madry shoots from way far out, and Shell corrals that one, holds it on the stick, fishes it out to Wormuth, and now Wormuth Warmth decides it's time to wheel. Wheeling ahead off the stick of Cahill and into the crowd. Free souvenir down there, and everybody looking a little shocked down there. Wasn't quite expecting it, but someone just went home with a whiteout puck.
And taking a look back at the goal, Connor Sleeth getting an assist on the goal from Rocco. That's his second assist on the night. Rocco's got 2 points as well, assisting on McQuaid's first goal. So every member of that second line has a goal or a point.
Danny Calabufo wins that face-off. Danny Calabufo has been tastier than Special K on in a breakfast cereal bowl. He's been really good on the face-off so far. He was good against Elmira. And tonight he has also been stellar as Oswego with a chance. Aliverti behind his own net to play it. He does so and gets back in the crease. Calabufo fires that one in. Onsides as Lakers can press. Calabufo 5 for 2 tonight on the faceoff. So Calabufo not only able to put it in the net, but he's getting the Lakers possession. Here's the Cardinals the other way, a 3-on-2 chance. That one skitters over the stick of Bonfield. He shoots it off the pad of Shell and goes off the back of the boards, and Oswego reclaims possession. Sleeth over to Cahill. Cahill pulls up, pass intended for Sleeth, goes off of the stick of Aruzo. Bonfield steps in, trying to chop that puck. Said it'll come out for Bolina. Bolina sends it up. Plattsburgh trying to start a cycle as they start to rush in. Aruzo will dump it over Cal Shell's head and off the back of the boards. Behind the net it goes. Robillard unable to get it. Addison didn't get it. Thomas Rocco says thrice is nice. And T-Rock pulls that one out. McQuaid whiffs on that pass. Addison spirals out of a check. And Plattsburgh back to regroup as Oswego grabs a fresh change.
Plattsburgh getting some good looks. Lanier trying to go to the front of the net, getting past the defense. It's that final pass for Plattsburgh that's not connecting. And if you're Plattsburgh, you want to play this game in front of Shell, not behind.
Bolina just went down. Spencer Bolina went down, a penalty on Plattsburgh. He got put into the boards, and then he threw Matt McQuaid's stick.
I don't think they got it. I think this is just going to be an icing.
They just whistled that down for icing, but Bolino went down on the boards, grabbed Matt McQuaid's stick, and threw it.
Definition of let him play, boys.
McQuaid got his stick back. And that's something we're going to talk about here, Pat, is that special teams is something huge. You know, it was huge in this game last year. Here's Bolina from the point, shoots low wide. But special teams a non-factor so far. Last year, these teams really good on the special teams. Oswego third in the SUNY at a 23-2 power play. Plattsburgh was second on the power play at 26-3 as here's a chance for Oswego. Plattsburgh will corral after some big hits, but both teams, big special teams, and Ben Addison stands Riley Sutherland up. So the physicality picking up a notch here, Pat, and we're only in the second period. 7 minutes to go here with Jared Wakefield and Pat Machado on WTOP 10.
Oswego really unlucky that puck didn't roll the right way.
Here's Bull on the far side with Arcannon slot. Bull shoots, he scores! Shane Bull does it again. The forward, the defenseman. He can do it all. He'll play lockdown defense, snipes the puck, bottom left corner into the back of the net. It's 3-0 Lakers at 6:50 in the second.
Are you sure he's still not a forward, Jared? What a laser from Shane Bull as the Lakers finally get that on-man rush they were looking for. Bull takes it to the net himself, and on a 45-degree angle, beats Aliverti. Oswego had that on-man rush blocked off of the skate of Weaver Vitale. They follow up, they get it, and Shane Bull with an absolutely beautiful shot for his second goal on the year.
Shane Bull starts on the ice and then has a hard time getting off. Mitchell Hale trying to prevent him from going to the bench. Jerusik gets back checked by Semrad. Shot thrown on off the pad of Shell and a few Lakers. Fourth line out for the Lakers. It's Warmoth looking back to Semrad, top deep pair. Semrad holds. He holds. Semrad patient. That one sent up into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Who's going to come up with it? It's Oswego. Now Gato trying to come away with it. Stick checking along the boards. Shane Bull unassisted on the goal, so he gets all the credit for himself. Semrad will catch that one in the neutral zone, and here's Oswego with a chance. Semrad was going to be a chance all by himself. The Lakers grab a change. Semrad skating around, handling it. Fudger unable to get a hand, and he gets stood up by Hale. Plattsburgh starting to get a little frustrated here, Pat.
And this is just playing into the hands of Oswego State.
Cahill up to Grimshaw after a few blocks. Bunko looking for Dickinson, and that was almost tic-tac-toe. Now Plattsburgh trying to get something started. Ryan Young, and coming in on it for Plattsburgh is Jerusik. all by himself. He's gassed, and Cal Shell with a stupendous glove save. Jerusik wheeling in, not at full speed, but Jerusik, a pretty good shot there, and Shell posts up for it.
That's all he could really do, as he was laboring to get up the ice at the top of the circles unchallenged. What a save by Shell. As I was saying, this style of game favors the Oswego State Lakers, and what a move from Steve Moffitt using his timeout here. I think that's the right call for the Plattsburgh Cardinals. We hear the phrase Laker hockey all the time. We almost joke about it based on the amount of times that we hear it. It's kind of this team's crutch phrase. But what does that mean? It means speed and it means physicality. Take it back to that chance from Shane Bull that led to the goal. Take the body, take the body, take the body up on the boards. Hit, 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 and that favors Oswego State. This is the game they like to play. They forced that chance, and just look at that shot from Shane Bull. We'll take a look at that other angle again. Nice job on that follow, and trying to stay aggressive in his crease was Aliverdi. I don't know if he could have taken that angle down a little bit more, or if the shot was just so good, but that one stings.
It does, you know, Plattsburgh State Cardinal hockey, you know, something we think of well. Not a good night for the Potsdam Bears, so another North Team country struggling on the road. 4-1 Cortland right now in Alumni Arena down in the southern tier. Potsdam comes here tomorrow night for Military Appreciation Night and to round out Whiteout weekend. But the Cardinals, you know, they're predominantly, Pat, they're a bigger team. They're going to play physical. They're going to play a possession game. And while it's tough to play a possession game when they haven't even been allowed to really pick up possession, Oswego, frankly, has just outskated them a little bit. That puck into the back of the net. Whole lot of stick work trying to get it out. They do get it out. No whistle we play on. It's Robillard in the back with Addison. That one's sticked out. Shot wide. Grimshaw there for the block. Puck right out in front of Shell, and Shell stands tall. Shot coming in from the point. That one blocked off of Grimshaw. Now Hogg. Hogg circling in, looking for a down low pass, but Stockdale was tied up. Grimshaw beats Stockdale there, and Stockdale goes down. No penalty. Cahill shoots. The electric company looking to fire up the circuit breakers, but Cahill shoots that one right into the glove of Aliverdi, and Aliverdi making a nice save while moving on the pads.
And that's a rough end to the shift by Bennett Stockdale, the transfer from the now defunct University of Alabama Huntsville, as firing was Cahill, and I think that's a routine stop for Aliverdi, and it's a good one for Kyle Aliverdi to get that confidence back, make an easy save, and just rest on your laurels that you're doing all you can to keep the team in this one. Oswego State is just outclassing them with the speed.
Aliverdi will cover that one up, and you know, Pat, last couple of years this rivalry has been all Oswego, but historically that's actually far from the case. It's 25-40-7 in conference record for Oswego against the Plattsburgh Cardinals. The Plattsburgh Cardinals got the last laugh in the Romney Fieldhouse era. They won that final game in the SUNY Championship in 2006, the final ever game in Romney Fieldhouse. Delay a game penalty for bagels going on the ice, you know, part of that Oswego lore. Plattsburgh now coming up the ice. It's Laurie. Larry sends that one in off the stick of Shell. Shell there in position. Shell down again. That one rang the post just a little bit and went off the back of the boards. Student section making some noise. Larry trying to keep that one in. Hit late by Sleeth, and now Rocco self-passes that one off the boards, and McQuaid will corral that unruly puck, and now Plattsburgh takes it right back. Bonfield looking to make something happen. Bonfield trying to beat it wide. Shell keeps the pads down for a save. Out in front, Shell, he's got it in the middle of the pads, and we've got a little scrum in front of the nets. One Plattsburgh player down. Connor Sleeth puts number 37, Jake Lanier, down right onto the ice, and Lanny and Sleeth continue the jaw after extracurriculars.
And you knew that was coming as soon as the players were tied up on Shell. Shell makes the save, and I think that was actually started by the Oswego player. I think the Plattsburgh player, I think that's Trey Thomas that was in there, gets shoved into Shell, and any way you take him, I guess, you know Plattsburgh needs a spark, and that's how you're going to get it.
We're not quite at a brouhaha point here, are we, Pat? Just a little, just an exchange, just pleasantries. That's hors d'oeuvres hour.
We were close, but then the chilling effect of Shane Bull's goal kind of calmed that down.
Finish check in open ice there on number 27, Riley Sutherland. Zarkam fighting that one off. Now out in the open ice. Bull will go on the check, but Plattsburgh will recover. Tredowitz trying to get something started. He'll pass it back to Jack Ring. Ring sends it all the way down, and that'll be icing, no cupcake. So they'll come all the way back down to the Plattsburgh end. And Pat, this Laker team, been pretty lethal on faceoffs. And Kyle Aliverdi, you know, while it is 3-0 Oswego, Aliverdi has had a pretty solid game. The few goals Oswego's had have been either, you know, kind of those spontaneous chances, or Aliverdi hasn't had a lot of defensemen in front of him.
He has, and we talked a lot about the first period having trouble with his rebounds. None of the goals that have went in have come as a result, rather, of such rebounds.
Which is interesting, you know, Aliverdi, you know, if you're going to send that rebound out, you better send it out far. And Aliverdi sends that rebound, he's directing it right into the corner at pretty good speed, so there's not a chance for a player to get a stick on it. Still trying to decide who won that face-off. A little disagreement. Tredowitz. Everybody's still in the corner, not realizing the puck has left. They would have missed their train. Robillard in on that one. Addison in on it. Robillard and Addison almost collide. Now Robillard will take it with Gato. Robillard sends that one up to Fudger. But 4 + 91 does not end up working out to equal 95 as that puck trickles down. Clegg chips that one back in. Off the netting a little bit, so we'll get a whistle and another face-off.
And that's the advantage with these low nettings up in the corner. I think that face-off's going to stay inside, as I think we got some leftovers from that hors d'oeuvres hour we saw in front of Shell.
Yeah, just exchanging pleasantries. You know, maybe it's a networking event. You got to exchange that LinkedIn, you know, get those professional connections. Those connections have been made. Are they on each other's Christmas cards list? Not sure.
It's a people business.
The jury is still out on that one. Calabufo with the face-off. Unable to capture that one as Aruzo sends that one down. Waiting on the icing. No, no, no. The refs put their arms out. No icing. Chance backdoor for Plattsburgh. Bouncing puck. Not as many extracurriculars. A whole lot of whistling. Now a whole lot of words. The Laker faithful getting into it. The towels going up like Oswego just scored. Everybody slowly skating away. Order being restored.
They want the first penalty of the game, the crowd, don't they?
They do, and again, no penalty. You know, this Plattsburgh team last year, first in the SUNY in penalty minutes at 340. Oswego was 7th in penalty minutes. Oswego spent a lot of time at the power play. That one's up into the stands all the way up to the top row. Fans steer after that one. Corralled by a lucky fan going home with an Oswego State souvenir.
It's so great to have the crowd back for a whiteout, isn't it?
Absolutely. Take 2 on the face-off. It'll be Gallagher and Calabufo. 28 versus 10. A pair of D1 transfers. Gallagher a transfer from Sacred Heart. That face-off batted into the far near side corner. Centering pass for Stockdale, but Cahill gets a stick on it and sends that puck out. Now Hogg in on it. Robillard. Semrad gets tied up. Semrad and Warmoth now out. Semrad forehand backhand to Calabufo. Now Calabufo wheels. Goes down off of Gallagher. He'll get back up. Now Gallagher enters the zone. 3-on-2 chance. That pass misses Breyer and Stockdale.
Warmoth just got a stick on it.
Back, wheeling back. Trying to clean it up was Maudry. Big hit here on the far side. That was Bennett Stockdale getting whooped. Dickinson takes it behind. Lakers taking their time. Dickinson pulls up, stops with it to shake Breyer. As Breyer calls for a change, and the Lakers decide it's time to go. That pass up for Rocco missed, and Aliverdi goes off the net, no icing. 2 times in a row, the goalies have been looking for the icing and haven't gotten it. That one chipped high in the air. It's high, won't get the scoreboard. Oh, Cardinal on Cardinal crime in the neutral zone. Miscommunication sends Young down. Now Oswego with a chance. Sleeth with supersonic speed gets back to that puck. Now they work in the corner.
And that's a good non-call by Team Stripes. Dickinson's stick getting caught in a position that almost made it look like a spear. But like you said, Cardinal on Cardinal action kind of forced that awkward moment.
Sleeth battles in. They get a piece of the linesman. Now coming out with it is Young again. Young's got Jarusik in the slide. Young takes it himself to Jarusik. Shot into the pads. Slaps the pads, and that gets Ryan Bunko a little upset as he goes over and delivers a little cross checky or two. A little argy-bargy. No harm, no foul.
So Plattsburgh with a little bit of turbo going into the end of this second period, finally taking it to Oswego State. And how huge would it be to nab back a goal?
Plattsburgh gets that one back. They're looking to try and make it a 2-goal deficit, the most dangerous lead in hockey. Maudry looking for it. Shot by Ring. Goes out. Stockdale looking backdoor, but Shell shuts it down. battled into the corner, and out Shane Bull. He grabs the puck by the horns and sends it over to Addison. Addison had that one tied up on a zip code for Alex DiCarlo, but Stockdale ripped that one, and Shell stands tall again.
Gallagher, I think, got the deflection. Unfortunately, is a little too high than he would have wanted.
40 seconds to go here. Jared Wakefield, Pat Machado here on WTOP 10 Whiteout. Blocker saves Shell, fires up the crowd, and they twirl the towels just a little bit to show their support for the freshman Tendy. Robillard gets it up to Shane Bull, and he's got DiCarlo up front. Here's DiCarlo with a one-on-one, but he loses the puck. Pulls up. He's got Arcan in the back door. Madry there. Madry and Arcan stick battle a little bit, and Madry sends it up. That one bounces past warm-up, so Semrad gets on the horse. He's got Tredowich behind him. Semrad pushed to the boards. Tredowich goes down. Thomas sends it back for Aruzo, who will look back across for Hogg. 4 seconds to go. A little bit of life here for Plattsburgh. Over to Bonfield. Bonfield winds one and scores at the buzzer. No goal. They wave it off. No goal. The Cardinals are furious. Steve Moffitt pointing at the bench. It is waved off. No goal.
I don't think it was a goal, and now's a chance to test out our new toy.
Let's see
if we were able to see the green light in the
goals
background.
will mean the Lakers come straight off the ice. Let's take a look.
It's a bouncing puck. Watch, that green light is on. That green light is on before that puck hits the blue paint. Great call by Team Stripes to deny that goal.
Call looks like it is going to be no goal. The Plattsburgh Cardinals stay on the bench for just a little bit. They're going to head back, and it looks like they're heading back looking for the net judge. They're coming over to the sideboards.
So no call yet.
We haven't had a call yet.
Listen to
Matt Aruzo saying right on the ice, the Lakers right off.
Get off the ice, the chant.
No goal is the official call. So that one trickles in just after the buzzer, a bouncing puck that beat Shell, but it will not stand in the record books. No goal, and the Lakers dodge a bullet a little bit late and maintain that 3-goal lead.
Oh man, just when I think that the worst thing that could happen to Plattsburgh is losing another goal before the end of that period, I think that denial is worse. That could have gotten you back in this game, not just a 2-goal lead, a 3-1 lead, and just couldn't beat the buzzer at the end of the day. Plattsburgh a lot stronger in that last minute. Oswego, quite frankly, is lucky to still have the shutout opportunity alive. How about Bennett Stockdale? That D1 transfer trying to make things happen in tight on Shell, and Shell has been with him every step of the way. But watch Stockdale the next time you see him get in close on net. He's really shifty with being able to roof the puck and get some elevation, really tight in on goal.
You know, let's talk about looking at these lines, Pat. You know, both of these teams have D1 transfers in their top 6. You got Daniel Colabupo for Oswego and Thomas Rocco. St. Cloud State for Rocco. Holy Cross for Colabupo. Then over for the Cardinals, you've got Gallagher from Sacred Heart. Bennett Stockdale from Alabama Huntsville. So that's a pair of D1 transfers. So both of these teams packing some pretty strong talent.
And a bunch of D1 transfers that might have not had a season as their programs went defunct. So it's personal for them. They love this game just as much as everybody. And man, how can you not love Whiteout Weekend?
Pair of former teammates going against each other as well. You know, give me some thoughts on this. We got Troy Robillard from Alaska Anchorage, and we got another player from Alaska Anchorage on the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. They had a player, I believe he is scratched tonight, so we'll see what happens here in this third period, but we're going to head over to the emission report. 3-0 Lakers, Jared Wakefield, Pat Machado. When we come back, it'll be the Perch, Jacob, Kyle, and Garrett with their report.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
Saturday, I went to Woodchuck Saloon.
Too much temperature change.
1310 meteorologist.
2 as well.
Predictions from Tanner Spink.
Go to 2 and 1.
2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you. Your barber. Your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hello and welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. After 2 periods of play, the Lakers have a 3-0 lead over the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spisak with a dead microphone, and Garrett Chamber. We're going to improvise, adapt, and overcome here, ladies and gentlemen, on the fly. First of all, what a period of play. Lakers really turned things around. I guess I'll start with Garrett. What do you think of that period?
I mean, we talked about how the Lakers need to capitalize on their opportunities. They did a great job this time, and I must say the Lakers offense, they turned things around, and I love the patience they showed, as we'll get to in some of the goals. Kyle, I'm going to give you the mic.
Quite literally handing over the mic, but no, the Lakers just had a really, really good period there. They came out really fast. They were getting good opportunities, making good passes, and at the same time, they were taking away the passing lanes from Plattsburgh, not allowing them to get anything going.
Well, right here are those 2 goals that the Lakers scored. Garrett, you want to run them through? We started off. It seems to be just the common theme. It's the same line, isn't it, Garrett?
It's the second line that's making an impact on this game. Of course, on the second line is my player to watch, Connor Sleeve, and who had an assist on that goal by Thomas Rocco. It was just great passing, finding someone that was open on the other side of the ice, and they're getting past the blocker side.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play there by Rocco and Sleeve making that play. As we see the goal coming down from Bull right here. Bull moves up to offense and just coming down with some speed down the sideboards there, snipes it right past the goalie. And on the other side of the ice, Plattsburgh had one that goes in the back of the net, but it was rejected from time.
Yeah, no time left on the clock. Like a boxer at the end, getting the knockout as the bell rings, doesn't count. You see right there, the red light sounds, just not in time. How is it coming that close, Garrett? Just so demoralizing as a team.
It really is, because you were hoping for that buzzer beater. Of course, you did not get in the nick of time. What could have been a 2-score game is now still a 3-0 deficit. So can the Plattsburgh Cardinals come back from that rebound, from that lost opportunity, or is it just final nail in the coffin?
Now, Kyle, I'll pose the question to you. Kind of flip reverse it. If you're the Lakers, do you feel like, here, stop gripping the top of the microphone. Do you feel like maybe it's almost like you got away with one there if you're the Lakers?
Yeah, honestly, it probably does there, because they had that right there, right last second, and they get away with a really close one there. Plattsburgh, like you said, going into their perspective of it, that's demoralizing. Not only have you had a rough game so far to start, you finally get one on the board, it gets taken away, and then you have to listen to the whole crowd just tell you and remind you that it just got taken away.
Get off the ice is what they're
That's demoralizing for them right there.
Very physical this game has been throughout. We've seen a lot of hits, a lot of nasty hits as well throughout the game. Surprisingly, though, not a single penalty called at all.
I mean, we talked about let the guys play, and so far you saw a lot of hits, a lot of questionable calls. I felt like there was a chance where the referees could have called a penalty, but nonetheless, we still have no one-man advantage for either side. Lakers and the Cardinals have just been going at it from the start.
Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, just really physical. We had a play there. Actually, one of the Plattsburgh players went off the ice hurt. Just a really, really hard hit goes in the corner. And there we have another one. Semmerad gets hit pretty hard. And then there's another hit down in the corner. This has just been a hit fest so far in the second period. And it intensified as the time went on. I expect this to be a really brutal third period physicality-wise.
The rivalry certainly hasn't gone anywhere, has it? These two teams are truly taking it out on each other. But guys, we're into crunch time now for both sides. Plattsburgh's got 20 minutes left to make something happen. The Lakers have 20 minutes left to hold on. What needs to be done?
Well, the Lakers are in the driver's seat right now. They can feel confident heading into the final period, up 3-0. For the Cardinals, we just talked about it. They had that chance to have trimmed the 3-0 deficit to a 2-goal deficit. Now they have to find a way to get the offense going. The Lakers defense has just done a great job. Cal Shell in net has made some great glove saves. So he's kept this Plattsburgh Cardinals offense really in check.
Yeah, I guess, so now we're passing it back over. Yeah, no, Shell has had an amazing game so far. He's had, like Garrett said, glove saves. He's had some really good glove saves. His play style, I think his play style fits this Lakers team really well. He plays aggressive, but at the same time, he's very calm and collected in net, and he doesn't run around. He doesn't get panicked, and that is really important. As we can see here, just some of the saves he makes coming down. A big glove save there, flashing the leather a little bit. You know, got to get the windmill in there, show him off a little bit. And then we got this one, just poking it away with his stick. Some good plays there. Garrett, your analysis time now.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn. As you see here, another tremendous glove save, and of course behind the play, Cal Shell keeps an eye on the puck and is able to stop it on the blocker's side. It just seems like whatever opportunity Cardinals have, Cal Shell is really up to the task.
Cal Shell, keep in mind, this is his first start.
That's right.
And the crowd, everything around him, man, he's got ice in his veins.
Oh, yeah. You talk about whiteout, and he's definitely got that.
Yeah, absolutely a excellent intermission there. We're going to send it down to Luke Rosenthal down on the ice, who's in amongst that said crowd.
Thanks, guys. We missed out on Thomas Rocco for an intermission report, but we got someone even better. We got Diamond here in the student section. Now, Diamond, how long have you been waiting here to get into your seat tonight?
Not very long. I got here very early, so I got a good seat.
You planned ahead. That's great news. So what do you think of the game so far? Are you enjoying yourself out here?
Yes, I am. If you're not here, you're missing out. So go Lakers!
Oh, 100%. And what do you think is going to be the outcome of this game coming to the third period?
I'm gonna win, of course. Hello.
You heard it here first. Now, Sweet Caroline's playing tonight, right now, actually, and these Lakers faithful are hoping that Sweet Caroline gets a whole lot sweeter here with a Lakers win. We're going to throw back to the perch now with Jacob Bradley, Kyle Spizak, and Garrett Chan.
Thanks, Luke. We are getting ready to pick things back up in the third period of play. Gentlemen, I can't wait. I don't know about you guys.
No, I got a mic now, too. So
there you go.
That makes it a little bit better.
Looks a little different, but it still works.
It's a long mic, but, you know, it's been a long game. It's been a long day. But we're not finished yet. We are far from finished. We got more things to talk about.
This third period is going to be down to the wire. Even though it's a 3-0 game, I feel like Plattsburgh Cardinals, they want to get something on the board. And for the Lakers, just keep the pressure going. And the fans are just going to get into it right now.
Absolutely. As an old friend of ours used to say, Sweet Caroline's going to get a lot sweeter when we come back. Make sure to stay tuned. 20 more minutes of hockey coming your way right here on WTOP 10. You're not going to want to miss it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena Convocation Hall. 20 more minutes left in Whiteout 2022 Part 2. Oswego State leading the Plattsburgh Cardinals 3-0. Hello, friends. Hello, everybody. How are we on a beautiful Friday evening here in Oswego? Jared Wakefield and Pat Machado. A little bit weird on Whiteout, Pat. We usually expect freezing cold temperatures. Last season, it was in January, so pretty cold. You know, it's snowy. It's Oswego after all. But today, it was 75 degrees outside. It almost doesn't feel like hockey season, but here we are opening up SUNY play.
It's whiteout, and we're sweating here up in the press box. That's how electric it is inside this arena right now. But, yeah, this Oswego weather, this upstate New York weather, you don't like it, wait an hour, but it's been consistently hot all day.
Oh, yeah. New York weather, especially in this part of the country where we're right out by the lake, is consistently inconsistent. So weather always throwing a little bit of a wild card as the Cardinals and the Lakers take back to the ice. Top lines and pairs for both. Plattsburgh State line out to start this one. Looks like it's going to be Gallagher, Bennett Stockdale out as well. Luke Jerusik out there. Jerusik's had a pretty strong game. Jerusik, Hale, Young, Aruzo, and Hogg. Warmoth and Semrad on the deep pairs for Oswego. Kala, Bufo, Cahill, and Grimshaw out for Oswego. Oswego heading into the student section this time. Kyle Aliverdi perched up in his crease in the student section, and Cal Shell goes all the way down into the lonely end by the Zambonis. Warmoth keeps that one, and a shot low deflected. Kept out by Aruzo. Jerusik almost puts it in off his skate, and everybody scrambles. Young will end up coming out with it, and Oswego heads backwards into their own zone for the first time.
That might have been the luckiest block by Matt Arujo to prevent that puck from going in.
Coming in on the far side is Jerusik again. Jerusik circling. Top of the slot. One-timer broken up. Shell gets it in the 5-hole and saves it. And then some sticks go flying. A little argy-bargy again. Again, we're not quite at a full brouhaha yet, but some more hors d'oeuvres. They can't help themselves. The cheese is too good.
Plattsburgh is trying to set the tone here in the third period. Not a minute in yet. You can nab a goal here on this offensive zone draw. 2 goals in 19 minutes. Any hockey team can figure that out. Any hockey team can get back into the game with that much time.
Plattsburgh actually leading the shots on goal battle right now, 15-14, 17-17 overall here in the rink, 19:06 in the third. We play on. A lot of face-offs to start this one off. Shot from the point, goes off into the corner. That was from Maudry. McQuaid sends that one up. Sleef taken to the boards by forward Stockdale. D-men go D to D, Ring to Maudry. Now Maudry back to Ring. Stockdale sends that one for Gallagher, and Gallagher flapping his wings. He sends down, goes behind the ice. Ryan Dickinson about sends a forward. Head over heels, doesn't quite do it. Ring unable to corral that one, and here's DeCarlo on the rush. DeCarlo runs, drop passes that one back to Sleeth and avoids the check. Sleeth out for Shane Bowl. Shane Bowl with a backhand chance, but good stick play there by Stockdale to break it up. That's out to Robillard at the point. Robillard skating into the slot, cycling with Addison. He leaves it for Benny.
Watch
Addison
Bowl.
Now looking to shoot low, trying to get something out. Now it's a one-on-one. It's going to be Bennett, Stockdale, and Robillard. Coming back to try and play it as Breyer. Stockdale pulls up, shoots! Breyer into the net, and Shell with the save right into the breadbasket. And what a beautiful loaf there by Shell to make that save as Plattsburgh puts Breyer into the net, but not the puck.
And a great job by Shell to stay strong despite all that going in. And that's an easy save by Shell. Had that angle covered off quite well.
Very similar to play to what we almost thought we saw as Ben Addison's going to go to the box here. First penalty of the game, he's going to get that for sending Breyer off into the net. So the first special teams play of the game here, Pat and Oswego needs a big penalty kill right here. They're only 50% on the penalty kill, but half of their power play goals have been caused by 5-on-3. So they need to avoid not only allowing a goal, but taking another penalty.
Don't make it worse. Your Achilles heel for Oswego. Can they survive?
Robillard, Warmoth, Cahill, Calabufo, the kill unit. Behind the net, Robillard trying to tie up Madry. He'll leave a drop pass back. Going back to get it is Hale. Mitchell Hale working along the boards. Now coming out with some space to shoot is Madry. Madry sends it back across. Skating in with it is Thomas. Looking back door for Hale. Who goes to the corner. Cahill will take it, avoids the check. Aruzo over to Thomas, wide open. Thomas shoots, save, Shell. And a big clear by Tommy Cahill, and the Lakers get a chance to breathe.
Great save by Shell. Plattsburgh looking to move it quick.
Aliverti gets Stockdale off the bench. Bunka and Warmoth trying to block him out. Trey Thomas wide open, coming in onto the near side circle. It's a tie up in the boards. Lakers looking to try and burn some time. Cross flags are in the air, halfway down, halfway home. Minute left in the penalty. Sleeth forechecking back that one off the boards. Past Breyer, past Stockdale. Dickinson maintaining his gap, watching his gap. Was a 3-on-2, but now forming up. Shot, save, Shell. Dickinson sends that one out. Backhanded by Stockdale to Gallagher. Gallagher shoots through traffic, and that one wide. Ring from the point. Shoot, save! Bonfield with a shot right into Shell. Bonfield showing some frustration, upset that he didn't get enough of that one. And some extracurriculars after as Dickinson goes right after Paul Breyer. Penalty coming up here. Addison there, taking a little bit of a risky penalty. No penalty coming up there. But Addison, that's kind of a penalty. You're up 3-0. I get trying to protect your goalie. It's not the worst penalty to take. Is it great? No, but at least gives you a chance, a penalty kill to practice. But Oswego is not out of this game yet. Plattsburgh, a good team, can still fight back.
It's the type of penalty that your teammates are going to like, but it's the penalty that Plattsburgh wanted you to take.
That is exactly the mindset. And the Cardinals looking for something here. They got 20 seconds to make a little magic happen. Shot blocked by Cahill. Shot up high, gets the player up in the cage, and that one cleared out. And now Ring fires back. Aliverti thought about Martin Brodeuring that puck back down the ice, but instead leaves it for Ring. Now Ring circling around. Aruzo skating in with Ring. Breyer, everybody entering, and Aruzo fires that one down past the healthy scratches. And successful penalty kill. One power play opportunity for Plattsburgh, no conversion. The only power play opportunity this game so far, killed off with 16 in the third.
Little hiccup at the beginning of the penalty kill, leaving one lane completely open. Pass was hit. Good job, Shell. Have to be your best penalty killer is the goaltender, and they're able to finish the job. Solid kill for the Lakers.
That puck dumped down. Shell looking for the icing. He will get it. So Shell accurate with that one. And hey, Luke Rosenthal still down in his honey hole watching the game. He's got all the analysis from ice level. Luke, what do you got?
Thanks, Jared. Something that's been plaguing the Oswego Lakers through the first few games of the season has been their penalty kill. You saw it right there. They were really refreshed on defense. They played hard and really didn't let up much offensively. They let up 2 goals last game on 5v3 opportunities to Elmira, and they look to have improved thus far today. Back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Luke, my good friend. Connor Sleeve skating in to take this face-off. Facing him off against Stredowich. And Plattsburgh will win that one as that one goes way high above the glass. And back down we go, and icing double here, Pat, as they'll come back down the other way.
Get some rest for your players that are stuck out there. Was able to get an extra couple seconds by putting 7 players on the ice instead of 5. Win the face-off. That's your last resort, but these players are getting a little bit more rested.
Sleeth on to take it this time. A little more successful for Oswego, but it's still contested. Sleeth able to corral it. That one off his stick, but Rocco unable to get the pass. It's a scrum on the boards, a little pushing and shoving. The fans beat the glass, and Semrad goes back to clean it up. Semrad will send that one off the glass, and that one gets Bonfield up high. He loses his stick as it goes off his cage. Hogg stick checked as that pass goes down into the Plattsburgh zone. Aliverti out of his net. Chip pass intended for Sutherland, and Sutherland coming up with it. Riley Sutherland turning on the Jets. Heading south into Oswego's zone. Gets checked into the boards, and Oswego regroups. Whole lot of back and forth here. It feels like we go right into one end, and then we turn around. Weaver and Vitale. Weaver Vitale gets it across, shot, save, Shell. Bounces off McQuaid, but does not go in for the Lakers. Plattsburgh could have gotten their first one there on a fluke. Sleeth, Rocco getting a change. Captain Bunka and Dickinson off. New D pair is Semrad and Warmoth. Arcan, Shane Ball, and McQuaid the forwards. Plattsburgh will dump. They will grab a change as well. Gallagher coming on, Tredowich going off. That one's passed up for Bull. Bull dangling, goes down. Bull lays a hit in the corner on Butler. Bull, puck cycles back to him. Down low, gets that one up high for Warmoth. Warmoth in his money spot, gets a shot off, gets Bull up high and a few others. Now here's a chance for Plattsburgh. Shell comes out for the poke check, misses it, but everybody missed the puck as a Plattsburgh player goes down. That's Belgrave. Chaotic play there, Pat. Everybody wanted a piece of the puck, and nobody was successful.
Nobody expected Shell to miss that poke check. Got everybody on the ice caught like deers in the headlights.
That one passed up to Arcan for DiCarlo. DiCarlo skates in, shoots high, rifles that one right around the boards and almost into the students section. That one sent across for Breyer. Breyer just gonna throw it on down. Stockdale turns, wheels, fires backhand. Breyer looking to make something happen, trying to get a centering pass for Madry, who was pinching in. Now Madry has to fall back and regroup. Madry out of the play. It's a forward and a defenseman, Ring and Jarusic. Fudger laid hard into the boards, and Fudger shoves Jarusic after the play. Another big hit. Fudger wheeled out of it. Now Fudger going to the net. Net drive for Fudger unsuccessful as he goes back and hits Jarusic again. We thought the physicality was slowing down here, Pat. It seemed like it's been pretty quiet first 7 minutes here. Plattsburgh getting a lot of shots, but not quality shots. Oswego, it seems like less shots, but every time they've entered the zone, they've had a really good opportunity as that will go for icing.
It absolutely has slowed down in the last couple minutes. I think Oswego State is just starting to take their feet off the gas. You're up by 3, less than 13 minutes to go. No need to make a mistake, but you don't want to become too complacent, though, because one goal gets them back in this. 12:50 is not desperation time for the Cardinals yet, but they will have to start taking some chances if this goes another 5 minutes.
Certainly around the with 5 minutes left in the third period, we could be thinking about pulling the goalie here, pulling Aliverdi, sending him to the bench. Aruzo back into his own zone. Pass intended for Breyer, missed. Now Fudger taking it in. Another thing I'm noticing, Pat, Oswego defenseman not pitching in. Big kick save for Shell. He beats that one out to Clegg, who gets stood up and almost into the penalty box. Jarusic, Hale, and Young now out. Second pairing for the Cardinals. Cardinal and Cardinal crime again behind the net, and they get away from each other. Gato down behind the play. Ben Addison goes down. Big hit coming out. Shell comes out. It's a penalty on 26. Mitch Hale, the captain. Oswego with a chance from the man advantage. Plattsburgh touches up, and Clegg lays a big hit on Aruzo, and Aruzo cross-checks back. And the Lakers all up on their feet. The loyal Lakers making some noise, as going to the box will be Mitch Hale for a big hit on Ben Addison.
Stay disciplined, Garrett Clegg. You almost gave it away there. They always get the retaliatory one. The back ref saw it. He's not going to call it. Oswego State will have their first power play of the game as we take a look at the replay. Addison's going to get tied up, and yeah, that's a good call as Mitchell Hale gets his stick not quite up high, but right in the shoulders and takes them down, takes them both down. That's enough for interference. Power play for Oswego.
Just not a great penalty there for Plattsburgh. It's way behind the play, and it's different if Addison's got the puck there, but it's just a bit of an odd penalty. I get the frustration. You got to send a message as Addison skates back to pick that one up. Bit of a weird penalty there. That one sent up to Sleeth, and Sleeth will take it in. Plattsburgh penalty kill struggled last year. They got some big bodies. Sleeth gets checked. Case proven for the Cardinals there. They got big bodies. Tredowich backs off on the check on Addison. The Lakers haven't had a chance to set up. A successful penalty kill so far with the Cardinals at 1:30 left in the penalty.
And like I said before, even though you're on the power play, it's important for Oswego State to not take any stupid chances that will lead to a shorthanded rush back the other way.
And as you can see, the defenseman playing pretty safe. Addison all the way back at the blue line. And Addison will wheel back after that one. And again, Addison, not a guy you're used to seeing kind of just hanging out by the blue line. For a guy like Ben Addison, you're going to see him pinch up and be aggressive. But in this case, he knows his role. He's a defenseman on a forward power play unit. He's just going to settle in. That power play unit, it's Cahill, McQuaid, Calabufo, and Sleeth. Plattsburgh coming the other way. Here's Laney. Laney skates and shoots. Save, Cal Shell. Shell puts the stop sign up, and the Lakers try to take it the other way. Young almost goes down. McQuaid gets it out. Laney does. And that one sent back in the Oswego zone. And while the penalty kill looked pretty good, Patrick, still some work to do on the power play unit, which has been successful all year, but tonight, not working so far. 30 seconds to go. Arkan falls down for Danny Kaye. Calabufo unable to come up with anything there. 3 Lakers, 2 Cardinals in the corner. Calabufo gets it out to Bunka. Over across to Rocco. Rocco loses it off the tape, finds it. Gets it to Calabufo. Calabufo wires one down to the slot. Shane Bull, chance for Rocco and Arkan, but they lost the puck.
Great puck movement by Oswego. Unfortunately, it goes off of Arkan.
Penalty ending. Laney decides to get a change. Bunka sees a hole and plays it up. Here's Arkan. Chance in the slot. Wheels over to Rocco. Semrad gets it. Semrad wheels, shoots off the pad of Relady, and a little stick checking going on, and Semrad gets jawing a little bit with Shredowich. And a good chance there for Oswego, but again, Pat, Plattsburgh almost caught out again on a really bad line change. Laney calls for it. Bunka looks back and sees it, and Bunka immediately turns that puck and gets that 2-line pass down. Fudger and Shredowich take the face-off. Weaver Vitale sends it across for Bolina. Bolina, the extra skater again, has seen some minutes here as a shutdown defenseman for the Cardinals. Gato dekes his way out of a check as he and Fudger enter the zone. Brett Fudger lays a sweet check down there in the corner on Bolina, but Bolina stays on the ball, doesn't let that hit buck him off, so he hangs on. Fudger now wheeling, makes a rich pass over to Grimshaw, and Grimshaw gets a piece of that and seesaws its way over to Warmouth. That puck all over the place, now out to Thomas, and it's Thomas all by himself. Now he's got Weaver Vitale pinching up. Weaver Vitale dumps across. Warmouth coming in, lays a big hit on Bolina. So a Warmouth Lapau there on the far side. That one sent across. Stockdale went off his skate, lost the puck. Weaver Vitale grabs it out of the air. Bolina back on the ball, sends it up for Byer. That one turned around and Gato gets it. Rocco chips it across, tries to pass it to himself, but here's Stockdale. Bennett Stockdale knows the stock of this situation and is looking to get a goal in the back of the net for Plattsburgh and end the shutout. 8:48 in the third. Shot coming in behind Shell. No goal, and there's a scrum, no goal. Cal Shell had it. He got knocked over. And a chaotic scene in the Oswego crease.
As soon as you see Shell's glove move behind his 5-hole, you knew there's going to be some pushing and shoving in front of goal. Tight out there, and Shell didn't have that covered. Bennett Stockdale was right in front of the goal to throw that puck off, and then Shell, not knowing where it is, just lays out, tries to make himself as big as possible, gets the whistle, survives the chance.
It ends up right behind his number, so it would have been a tough angle to try and get in unless Shell didn't cover that post. We're back into Shell's kitchen, but the puck quickly working its way out like a quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's. On the forecheck now, it's McQuaid and Sleeth. That one sent around. One-timer, Bunka blocked out in front. Sleeth shoots again, and pretty good save there by Kyle Aliverdi. And Aliverdi showing the mitt here. He's been pretty strong this third period when he's been tested.
He knew what look Oswego wanted. Matt McQuaid failed to get it through. Sleeth follows up on the rebound. Aliverdi already set for that shot coming from the angle, and easy save.
Gotta say here, Pat, gotta give credit to the gear game. Cal Shell down there with his Oswego mask and Bauer pads. Those look sick. They're brand new, not too marked up as Plattsburgh sends it around. Down on the other end, Kyle Aliverdi with his CCM gear. White glove looks pretty sick as Bunka takes a block on that one. A good play to stop that centering pass as it goes cross ice. Hale gets that one. Now Hogg. Hogg dancing around the blue line, tiptoeing his way on his edges. Breadbasket saved by Cal Shell. And Cal Shell not doing anything too flashy, just making the saves he needs to. And every time the Plattsburgh Cardinals have been looking to get through the intersection and get a puck across the red line, Shell has kept that red light up.
And it's all thanks to his positioning. Shell's positioning has been fantastic all night. Plattsburgh looking for an opportunity to shoot through traffic. They found a chance that they thought they might have liked, and Shell makes the save. You can't wait for the perfect chance now with 8 minutes to go, and that's the luxury that the Lakers have with their physical play through 40 minutes and into this period.
Interesting formation there in the Laker face-off. Shane Bull, Ben Addison, and Troy Robles were all in a choo-choo train of forward defensemen as they charge the puck. It did work as Addison's got the puck. Stockdale on the forecheck. That one misses the tape of Robillard, and it misses the tape of Robillard again. Now here's Gallagher. Gets in the Briar. Shot, save, Shell. Everybody battles for it. Shell had to stand up for that one. Didn't know if he had it. And he comes away with it. And Shell, again, another close one.
Another shot in traffic. Oswego's allowing a lot of these as we take a look at that chance. Shot up high. Stockdale once again screening Shell and able to make the initial stop and fall on the puck to prevent a rebound.
Aruzo is looking to corral that one. Aruzo, hand in the air, pretty upset, looking for some kind of call there. Cahill gets it out to Grimshaw. Not a lot of traffic out in front, but Plattsburgh turns it around, and now they've got an on-man. Breyer dishes across for Stockdale. Called offsides on Plattsburgh.
Silly mistake.
Stockdale just beats it across, and Cahill tips that one in. No icing. So Aruzo back in the battle with it. Finishing the check is Calabufo. Weaver Vitale sends across for Stockdale, and that one misses the stick. 7:08 to go, and little train crash there in the middle. A lot of players, not a lot of lanes. Aliverdi, nice play to keep that one. Aruzo sends that one all the way down, and Shell will just stick that one down and cover it up, puts the stick down. Aliverdi out there looking like he's outfielder in the World Series with that nice little catch.
And Oswego State, or rather Plattsburgh rather, they're not in sync right now. Their defense are trying to move the puck still with that slow and patient mentality. Their forwards are overskating it, and that's why you're seeing so many turnovers in the neutral zone. The forwards are playing with desperation right now with under 7 to go. The puck's got to move a lot quicker to hit those forwards in stride.
Sleeth corralled that one initially, but it comes out. Shell with a nice glove save again. Cal Shell. That one, those glove saves, you know, he hasn't been too crazy. He doesn't fly around in the net. He's a bigger guy. He doesn't need to. But these glove saves, Pat, stupendous.
Take a look at it again. That one was going wide, but don't want to create a rebound chance off the back of the boards and out the other side on the back door. Oswego definitely parking a bus now. Look at that shot total. Plattsburgh's taking control.
Oswego definitely in full lock-it-down mode, and there's a whistle.
Hand pass coming up.
Hand pass, and we'll stay, looks like right down in the Oswego zone. No, we'll not. We will come out of the zone for a face-off here.
So against Plattsburgh, that violation comes against, and again, it's not desperation time yet, but we'll keep an eye on Aliverdi. They got 3 goals to make up to force overtime.
And with them controlling possession, I think if they get in here, again, 5 minutes, I'd say is the mark. You know, you've got nothing to lose. You know, if you're going to try and break that goose egg, you might as well just get them out early. And if another one goes in, you can at least say you tried.
It's the trend. They're pulling them earlier and earlier now.
That might be a delay of game there as that puck looked like it went right into the crowd off a stick. No penalty called. Wasn't sure. I guess it just got the glass and went up into a souvenir, but close call there for the Lakers. They could have ended up 5-on-4 and then very quickly 6-on-4. Arcan in to take the face off. The choo-choo train builds up on the near side. And the choo-choo train takes off as Oswego corrals the face off and Robillard wins it the other way. Shane Bull riding down the railroad, down behind the net. Bull centers that one out into the slot, but nobody at the station to pick that one up. Coming down with it is Jarusik. Jarusik dirty dangling. Addison sends it across, and Jarusik crashes down. Oh, big hit here, and that is going to draw a penalty. Troy Robillard gets checked down, and now we've got a whole lot of chaos. The noise level is at 10, the loudest it's been all night. Jackson Arcan gets his bucket off. Shane Bull lost his bucket. A whole lot of gloves and fists flying, and the Laker faithful letting Plattsburgh hear it.
So Hale's gonna get the gate on the initial call. We'll see what else will be called. Arcan jawing at him as he skates back to the bench. And we'll take a look to see what the referees are going to do, if they'll have a discussion on whether it'll be 2, on whether it'll be 5. Robillard is in there.
Robillard will go to the box.
And they will talk about this.
We'll wait to see what the call is because they're still discussing. Captains out there having some words. Referees talking to the scoreboard operator for quite a long time. They've got a laundry list of things coming off. We will wait and see their call.
One way or the other.
Well, Pat, we haven't seen a lot of special teams. I think we're about to get very familiar.
And he's gone.
That is going to be a 10-minute misconduct, so a 5-minute major, a 10-minute misconduct. That's 2 home games in a row that the opposing team has caught a misconduct. Hale will go off tonight. That will park him for tomorrow, and Plattsburgh, a big game tomorrow as they go south to face Cortland. And Hale, one of your top 6 forwards, not a good loss.
Top 6 forward, one of the captains of your squad as well. That hurts for the Plattsburgh Cardinals, and this is a Cortland team that isn't as living in the basement as we saw them in years past. Last year, a breakout year for this program, and not having one of your senior leaders out on the ice, that is not good for the Cardinals opening up SUNY play.
You know,
we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as they put a penalty up for Robillard, but
a majority of the game will end in at least a power play or even strength that they pull the goalie for Plattsburgh. For Oswego, an Oswego power play, even strength that Plattsburgh pulls Aliverdi. Now you got to wonder when they pull Aliverdi, because they know they're going to be down a man, so you lose that man advantage for everything but the last minute 3 of this game. Going to be a tough one for the Cardinals, but these Cardinals, you know, this is as important a game for them as it is for Oswego. You know, they get a chance to play in a packed barn, loud fans, and, you know, even when you're the away team, you know, it's still fun to hear the fans kind of chirping you a little bit. You feel that energy. It rubs off still.
You don't get that atmosphere in college hockey very much, whether it's at the Division I or the Division III level. So the fact that they get this at the Division III level just goes to show how much this community cares about hockey and how much SUNY and Division III hockey as a whole has captured the attention of the people that follow these games in these small towns.
Face-off ready to go here. Referee Foot coming over to talk to Ed Gosick for a little bit, just some clarification.
I think you get it in the zone and you get Aliverdi out as soon as possible. You're gonna have a 2-minute 4-on-4. No goals will affect the on-ice manpower either way, as opposed to just pulling your goalie in the last minute to get it back to even. Now is the time. You gotta go.
Little Wendy's action here, some 4-on-4 hockey coming up for 2 minutes, then a power play for Oswego for 5. Dumping it behind us, Hogg, he finds Aruzo, now the only captain out on the ice for the Cardinals. Ryan Dickinson gets tied up, and here come the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Good setup for them, Gallagher. Cardinals a little hungry, but that's a giveaway for Sleeth, and that could be costly. Sleeth ranges wide to the stop, shoots, loose rebound in front, Dickinson buries it! Ryan Dickinson buries it! It's 4-0 Oswego State. They score on the 4-on-4, and that has to take the air right out of the wings of the Cardinals.
Just look at this place. Oswego is rocking as Dickinson buries the martini shot. That's got to do it. As we take a look, more space out on the ice, a 2-on-1 back the other way. Rebound, he couldn't control it, and it burns him. As we take a look at our behind the net cam, shots on, it's low. Aliverdi doesn't handle the rebound, and that's all she wrote. You gotta think, 4-0, 5.5 to go.
And there's nothing Aliverdi could do there. You saw the defenseman on that play. That was Arujo. Stayed close to Sleeth and then pulled back into the slot looking for the pass. So Sleeth takes the shot, and then Arujo ends up being out of position and unaware of the crashing Dickinson, who buries it.
And I think if you're Plattsburgh, that goal you got to just chalk up to emotions. You could feel that the Cardinals had their energy taken out after losing their captain, and the Lakers just want to give their fans another reason to cheer.
Full steam ahead for the Oswego State Lakers. The flag is raised, the ship is sailing. Here's Drake Semrad, Deeks. Oh, and he stands up Tredowich, and that'll be a penalty. Cardinals come the other way. It's going to be 2 minutes on Semrad. Going to be an interference call. Thomas backs up with it. Aliverdi heads to the net. Dickinson with the goal, assists to Sleeth as expected.
Plattsburgh taking their time here. It's interesting strategy. Do you give up the puck or you try to go for a chance?
And it's a score for the Plattsburgh State Cardinals there. Jack Rain comes in and buries it to break the shutout. A little bit of life for the Cardinals as they're going to go on the advantage here as Semrad will end up taking that penalty.
And it's important to note that penalties in the college level do not wash out with a goal. So I was thinking that it might be better of Plattsburgh to just take that time down to keep it even at 4-on-4. And yep, nothing you can do if your Shell hard shot comes in and the rebound out the other side, put home by Jack Ring. Initial shot coming from Jake Lanier, and you got to shake that off if you're Oswego. A 4-on-3 power play for Plattsburgh. They can get back in it if they score quick.
Shell was a little upset after that one. Obviously, you know, first game is, and you're looking for a shutout. That's a tough one. So special teams getting full effect here. Both teams showing some life on the 4-on-4, and just a beautiful play there for Plattsburgh. Like, that is exactly how Coach Steve Moffitt would draw that one up. A little tic-tac-toe, and they'll look to do it again. Bonfield skates into the slot, leaves a one-timer. Aruzo, big block there by the captain, Bunka, and he'll skate off in a hurry. Aruzo back to go get that one. He gets pounded by Cahill. Cross-ice pass for Jerusik. Cahill puts a stick on it. Jerusik holds. Jerusik starts the rush. 3 Lakers in the back. It's Grimshaw, Robillard, and Warren with Grimshaw pinch, unable to do anything. Big save, Shell. Rebound comes out, and he lets his skaters clean that one up. Cahill backhands in the ref skate. Not anymore. Now Robillard, with robotic precision, picks that one up. Dumps it in. He goes down. No call.
It's going to have to be egregious to get one at this point.
Agreed. Yeah, that certainly wasn't enough to get a call. Here's Ring, 1-on-2 chance, trying to beat him wide. Gets that one in the air, looking for a little Zegras assist, nothing doing.
Good stick check from Warmuth as Jack Ring was streaking on the back door.
Dickinson stops that one in the slot, a chance for Young. Dickinson got that one stopped, but the puck trickled away. Shot from Gallagher from the point, Dickinson blocked. Cahill out in front, and the Lakers jamming up the train station here. All the lines are full, all the cars are full. Nothing getting through the slot right now.
This is how Plattsburgh should have played the entire game.
Shell with a big post-to-post save there as that one trickles into the corner. Young cycling. Cardinals in a full cycle, and the Lakers playing good, but they're starting to get a little bit gassed. You can see the signs of fatigue starting to fade in. One-timer from Madri gets tripled out. The rebound sent almost into the netting off the glass.
That didn't settle for Ring. Ring could have had an easy one-timer if it settled down.
Gallagher chips that one over to Young in a desperation play, and now Arujo back on it as the Cardinals change and it's iced.
And that's unfortunate, icing the puck just as the penalty to Oswego expired. So actually, Oswego iced the puck. So Oswego unfortunate, rather, that their penalty didn't expire. And Plattsburgh's got another chance. And
you know, it stings a little bit for Oswego losing a little bit of that power play, but they still got a minute 15 of the man advantage. That takes them down to a minute with Plattsburgh, and I imagine we're going to see Plattsburgh pull the goalie here pretty quick if Plattsburgh can establish possession.
Something tells me that they're not going to.
That's also a possibility. They certainly won't now as Grimshaw takes it in. Weaver Vitale tries to fight it out. Sleeth sends it up for Tredowitz, and it's Tredowitz and DeCarlo. DeCarlo, the assist alternate captain on the back check. One off the pads of Sleeth. Another shot into the pads of Sleeth and sent into the far corner.
Now they're watching him.
Sleeth skating in with it, taking his time. Okay to burn a little time. Tries to get it onside, but DeCarlo will take it. DeCarlo backhands that one to Addison, and the Lakers go behind the net, burn a little time. They're okay to let this power play cook and simmer just a little bit. 38 seconds to go on the penalty, a minute 39 in the game. Bull gets back on that near giveaway there by the Lakers, and Bull takes it in. Aruzo turns that one back, tapped ahead by Addison. Now left for DeCarlo. DeCarlo to Bull. DeCarlo down low, nothing doing. DeCarlo will set up. Bunka looking across for McQuaid. McQuaid turning at the top of the circle, gets it across to Bunka. Lakers starting a cycle. Weaver Vitale tries to pinch forward, but nothing doing. Bunka hangs at the blue line, and he'll go to fish that holy roller as it rolls into the Oswego end. Aliverdi looks like he's going to be coming Plattsburgh to full strength. Steve Moffitt is looking down. 1 minute to go. That one sent down. There he goes. There he goes. The hand is in the air, but he's not moving.
He's not paying attention.
He is not seeing it, and there he goes finally as there's a scrum behind the net. Aliverdi was not paying attention there. Moffitt screaming, and here comes Arcan the other way with a puck. Ring trying to keep it out the crowd. Looking for one more. Will we get it off the post? 37 seconds to go. The Lakers looking for an empty netter, but Plattsburgh, good defense, keeping it out wide to try and prevent the ENG. Shot at Breyer goes high. Stump back down again. Plattsburgh trying to start a cycle, but Oswego laying the body and slowing it down. It's trapped on the boards. It may end here. 18 seconds to go.
And really, it's just too little too late for Plattsburgh. You had your opportunity to pull him.
That puck's rolling. It's got speed. On it is Rocco. Rocco's going to bury it. The Lakers skate into the student section. They are superior today. 5-1 Oswego State with 7 seconds left in the third period.
I called the martini shot just a little too early. Rocco fighting for that goal, wanting to hear the crowd erupt. From his knees, puts it home, and I'm sorry, that was way too late to pull him.
Aliverdi, a mix of things there. Moffitt waiting to pull him, and Aliverdi missed the first call for about 15 seconds, and watching the play in the far side.
And why wouldn't you? It doesn't make any sense to pull him at that point. Oswego already had the game done and wrapped.
Some cross-checking, a little bit of physicality, but it's pretty much all over. Bunko, the captain, will skate with it, and that'll do it. Cal Shell, his first win as Oswego State goalie. Robillard comes in for the goalie hugs. The towels go up into the air, and it's a 5-1 Oswego whiteout win. 28 saves for Cal Shell, a .966 save percentage in his NCAA D3 debut.
So, of course, stats mean nothing at this stage of the season, but what an impressive night from the freshman in Cal Shell, stopping pretty much all of the dangerous chances for the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. And for this one, I think you have to chalk it up to coaching. Plattsburgh played way too passive throughout the majority of this game, and when they did have to take up the pressure to match Oswego running away with the game, they fell right into the mousetrap that head coach Ed Gosick and these players like to play. They were playing Oswego's game tonight, not their own game.
Absolutely. Drake Semrad, his first point as an Oswego State Laker. He gets the assist on the empty netter for Rocco. Handshake line going through now. Oswego, interesting thing here is that Plattsburgh led in the shots, Patrick. So Plattsburgh applied pressure, but was it good pressure? I personally don't think so. They had pressure. They established zone time, but almost all of their zone time was pushed out wide.
It's why I have to lay the blame on potentially strategy and stuff going behind the bench, because we saw in the third period when Plattsburgh was forced to play at such a high rate of speed and a high rate of physicality, just by virtue of you're running out of time and you need goals, that's the strongest that they looked all night. And yeah, you can maybe take a little bit of that and put it on Oswego State being to take their feet off the gas, but Oswego just outclassed the Cardinals all night, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, you know, the Lakers doing their fan salute. Don't go anywhere. We've got an interview coming up. Luke Rosenthal's down there looking for a player, and the perch over there. Garrett Chan, Kyle Spizak, Jacob Bradley. Sports Talk Perch post-game show. A whole lot of P's right there. So don't go anywhere here on WTOP 10. We'll break it down. Hey, look at the guys. They got a towel. We got the magnificent man bun, Spizak, and G-Man, Garrett Chan. We the ones. Post-game show coming up next.
Aaron, there are 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups.
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and daily access to experts to help your child thrive. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Welcome back to the Perch for the post-game show. Before we get things started, we're going to send it down to our friend and yours, Luke Rosenthal, with tonight's goalie of the game, Cal Shell. Luke, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with your leader in between the pipes here, Cal Shell. Cal, had your first start of the season tonight, 35 saves. What did it mean for you to be out here on the ice tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we wanted to come out flying, and I think that's exactly what we did. And, you know, to get my first win in my first game, it's pretty special, so definitely going to cherish it.
Awesome experience. And on top of your first start, it was your first whiteout game. What did that feel like for you tonight?
It gets hot in here. I mean, it's definitely a bagger, but, you know, you just got to put your head down and battle through and do the best you can.
Absolutely. And now you're stacked 2 wins in a row. How do you move on? How do you move forward into your game tomorrow against Potsdam?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're playing hard hockey, hard Laker hockey, and we just got to keep doing that, and we should be great.
All right, I appreciate it, Cal. Good game tonight. We'll throw it back up to the Perch with Jake Bradley, Garrett Chad, and Kyle Spizak.
Thanks, Luke. Pleasure to hear from you as always. Cal Shell, what a day he had in net today. But before we talk a little bit about him, let's talk about some of those goals we saw from the third.
Oh, my God. Just an absolutely electric period there. I mean, so we have Oswego scoring 2 goals. All right. So my mic still doesn't work, I guess. So, but no, it was an amazing period for Oswego. They had 2 goals there in the second. Obviously, the Dickinson goal first, and then that last-minute poke-in by Rocco, and that really just sealed the game for him. It was out of reach by the second period, but Garrett, take it away.
Yeah, we take a look at a few of these
The
here.
third
Garrett,
period-
I'll toss them over to you. Okay,
Yeah.
just talk over me. Go ahead.
The third period was certainly entertaining. You saw that little shove there by number 24, Shane Bull. But I mean, the Lakers were just relentless in terms of the offense getting bodies toward the net. And I felt like that third period, it was so exciting to see all Laker fans get excited because the Lakers just kept it going and going.
It was an absolute day for defensemen, especially from the goal scorer. And we talked about defensemen, not exactly, you know, usually your top goal scorers. Today we saw Jack King from Plattsburgh. We saw Ryan Dickinson. We saw Shane Bowe was listed as a defender. I mean, defenses left and right with the goals as we continue to take a look at these ones here.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
Jack Ring
That one
on
was
the
Jack
power play
Ring.
goal. That was a little unfortunate just because
Yeah.
Cal Shell, he could not make the transition to this left side in time.
But excellent positioning, though, from Jack Ring to knock it home at the end there. Just an incredible goal. Ryan Dickinson, of course, had his goal as well. Somebody who I don't think we thought would score many goals this year. He finds the back of the net here tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, Dickinson's definitely more of a defensive player, or he facilitates through the breakout and more passing. But, I mean, he had 2 points in this game. He had an assist, like we see quite often from Dickinson. But that goal, just crashing down in on the net, just a good trailer there, coming in and rebounding. And then, like we said, Jack Ring, just the right place, the right time, crashing down onto that one.
I'm going to hit this before you do. Connor Sleeth with the reverse hat trick, 3 assists instead of 3 goals today. We'll take it anyways.
Exactly.
Oh, my computer turned off. What are we going to next? I'm sorry. Period summary. Here we go. Game summary. Let's take a look. I told you to fix the computer, Garrett. It's okay. Here's the period summary, the game summary, all of it. Of course, Oswego picking up the win 5-0. Surprisingly, though, Plattsburgh with the edge in shots, 29-20. We saw them kind of more aggressive on the offense, taking that overall shot, but just not able to find home. Kind of a test to what Cal Shell did today.
Yeah, there was a lot of Plattsburgh offense in toward the third period. We saw toward our side, Plattsburgh Cardinals finally getting in the rhythm, finally putting it together. Of course, they only have 1 goal to show for it on the power play. But, I mean, you just got to take that shot with a grain of salt because the Lakers, they did capitalize despite having fewer shots.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They did have fewer shots, like you said, Garrett. Plattsburgh was getting good shot opportunities, but let's be real. They just got shell-shocked.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it. Shell was just a brick wall in there. And I think that's my new favorite analogy that I'm going to use this year.
Are you going to coin it?
I might have to coin it. Plattsburgh got shell-shocked. Simple as that.
Well,
Shell
was just Cal Shell. I mean,
Cal Shell just outstanding all game long. Like we see right here, that one just kind of goes right into his basket. He just comes right down on that one. But a lot of good saves, just it being in position, taking away those angles, and cutting down on the ability for Plattsburgh to get those shots.
Kyle, you mentioned to me early on while we were just sat here watching from above how he leaves the net and how he almost cuts off as players are coming on one-on-one. How important is that as a goalie?
It's extremely important. The further a goalie comes out to challenge a skater coming in and taking that shot, the further out they can challenge them, that's the less you see less net. You wouldn't think that, but you do. You see less of the net because it's a smaller area that you have to try to get the puck through to be able to get it on net and score. But he, as aggressive as he was, he plays a really good reserve in the net as well.
I would just say that with Cal Shell, when he's going up, it's the closing time.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way where he kind of gets in front of the puck, in front of the body, and that makes it tough for Cardinals because you got to navigate or do something about it. But I mean, Cal Shell just absolutely shellacked the Plattsburgh Cardinals offense.
Oh man, we're just throwing out all the shell puds. Who doesn't love it? But Potsdam, on the other hand, today, the team that comes in tomorrow, they didn't fare too well today, dropping a big road game 7-1 against Cortland. You just pretty much got outplayed in every aspect of the game.
It's 7-1. That's brutal for Potsdam as they try to make the bus ride up to Oswego. You see, with our game, there were not many power plays, but for this game between Potsdam and Cortland, 1 for 8 for Potsdam Bears. Cortland with 2 for 7 for Red Dragons. We'll see if we see a little bit of that tomorrow night.
Well, we talked a lot in the pregame show about the penalty kill right now, power play. Potsdam went 1 for 8 today. I mean, that could be, if that's what we're looking at tomorrow, we'll have to see if that PK could kind of get a little bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah, I mean, one for 8, as we're passing the mic, but 1 for 8 is pretty pitiful on the power play. And I mean, even on Cortland's side, 2 for 7 is not the best either, but 1 for 8, and then you get blown 7-1.
Yeah.
That's a pitiful game. And now you have to come in against Oswego, who just won their biggest game of the year, 5-1. That's going to be a really rough one to come back from.
You're going to want to make sure to tune in tomorrow for full coverage of our game, of our, I guess, part 2 of our Whiteout Weekend extravaganza between the Potsdam Bears and the Oswego State Lakers. Before we say goodbye to everybody today, though, what a broadcast this was. An absolute honor for the 3 of us to be on here, but it's not possible if it wasn't for the people around me on the cameras and the people in the control room. We'll send it back there just to say hello. Everybody give a nice little wave. There's everybody. Absolutely killed it today in the control room. A flawless show for everybody. There's Mr. Tommy T. We love to see it. But just an absolute incredible. Max Burton, too, right there waving high, is the MVP of this game. He came and gave Kyle about 6 different mics throughout the episode, so we always love that. But for everybody that was involved in this today, it's an absolute honor and a privilege to continue to come back as this being my second Whiteout. You two, each a part of your first. I mean, what a special event this is, and for all of us to be involved in this is so special for everybody. But that's going to do it for us here today on The Perch. An absolutely incredible experience. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to come up here.
Absolutely.
It makes my job way easier to be with 2 of my best friends. But either way, make sure to tune in tomorrow night for our full coverage of, I guess, part 2 of our extravaganza. Thank you for joining us through everything we've went through tonight. Final score, Lakers 5, Cardinals 1. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
Good ones.